There we go. And we're doing it live. And we're doing it live before Livewire gets started going left. So anyway, man, welcome back to another episode of the GRG podcast. Man, I'm excited as always to talk with my family, my friends, you know, and to everybody out there that listens to us every week. Man, definitely appreciate the support. And man, we're gonna have some great topics. So, man, without further ado, we're gonna get to the guests. First off, with our special guest, we're going to be rocking out with one of the original people that came on the show when we first started, and he's back. Yeah, man. Xbox favorite hero, man. This dude be holding it down. You got to check out my boy's channel. Hey, welcome back to the GRG podcast, E-Rock.
Hey guys, this is E-Rock X, the Don King of Xbox, the hype man for the Xbox brand. And as always, it's great to be here, man. Let's go, let's go.
Yeah, let's get it, man. Yeah, thank you for coming on tonight. And then also, man, we move to the one of the half of the matriarchs, and that is Delilah HD. What's going on with you?
What's going on, everybody? Happy to be here. Looking forward to these topics. No MPD talk, so I'm very excited about tonight.
Thank you, Jesus.
Let's get it. Man. Let's get it popping.
Bless it. Anyway, you about to make me start playing some church music. Then we move on over to our boy, man, that's always up, Triple Cup Chuck. What's up, bro?
Man, I'm in here. What's good with you? What's good with everybody out here? Man, everybody in the chat, you know what I'm saying? We're going to rock out tonight. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about some games. And you know what I'm saying? It might be a little quick emotional moment. My bad, Kmega. But, man, look, I had something happen in my family with my cousin, and I'm glad that everybody in this YouTube community, everybody in this video games, and been rock out with me. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't doing this for me. I'm doing this for we. So we about to get it. We're going to have fun, and we're going to make 2018 lit.
Yes. Facts. I like it, man. No doubt, man. Appreciate you, man. It was wonderful to have you on, and man, it was just no brainer to have you a part of the crew, man. So thank you very much. And then also we got that crazy man, that hype man. You know what? I'm not even. You know what? Tonight I think I'm going to be nice to you, Livewire. I'm not even going to play the dolphin. You know what I'm saying? I know it's the most requested sound ever, but there's only one stipulation. Mm-hmm. You have to tell us the story that you told us on Xbox Live, and I would. No. You gotta tell us. You gotta tell us.
G14 classified. I'm living at G14 classified.
Anyway, man, what's up with you, fellas? What's up with you, Livewire? What's been going on, man?
Man, I'm just chilling. I was trying to put up a video a couple times this week, man, but I just stuck doing other shit. You know, it is what it is, man.
Can we go 2 minutes without a cuss word?
Oh, my fault. Well, you know what? It was a shocker, man. This week was been crazy, man. Cats out here doing wild stuff in these streets. They sucking toes. They doing all kinds of crazy stuff.
Oh my God, yes. Our Donald Trump, man. Our Donald Trump.
Yo, man. On some real stuff. I was just clowning when I was saying, you know, the whole thing about persona and stuff like that. You know, I be getting on them dudes. But when my man this week came out and was talking about he was playing with penises, I said, "Oh Lord, we didn't took this to a whole nother level. This is crazy.
It's wild. It's wild in the streets." So yeah, man. All right, cool. So then, last but not least, we move into that bum intro media's boss. What's up with you, 100? What's going on?
What's up? You already know I'm Mr. Intro Media. I'm Mr. Reezy. I'm Mr. Don't Give To in the house. Building, you know what I'm saying? Sitting back and enjoy the show.
I'm just trying to see.
I was gonna say shout out to Lady Infamous for holding down the chat. She in the chat.
Yeah, Lady Infamous. Shout out to Lady Infamous. That's the other bum.
Yeah, she's out there working, taking care of making that money. So yeah, you know, so we all got to do that. And speaking of making money, we you know what? I can't have long outros, not tonight, because I got to be at work at 2 a.m., man. They just hit me with like, hey, you got to come to work at 2 o'clock in the morning. I said, are you kidding me? They was like, no, we ain't kidding. So you better have your black ass there. If not, you're gone. They didn't say that. I just see, and I said,
you added.
I had to add that, right? And then I said nobody else cussed, and I did anyway. So fuck it, let's go. Anyway, so let's get to the very first topic. Oh man, well, before we get to the topic, I want to touch and address something because I know this is something that's near and dear to a lot of people's heart, especially for smaller YouTubers. And I know that there's a lot of YouTubers that listens to the podcast and listen to a lot of podcasts, but I wanted to address what's been going on with the YouTube partnership program. And I made a video just a couple of days ago, and I expressed my feelings about it. And I'm kind of, I want to hear everybody else's thoughts on this, because I'm kind of indifferent. You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for all the small creators, because I'm a small creator. And then another side of me is understanding, because of the spamming, the cheating. You got one person that would particularly just have maybe 12 views, but then they'll have 1.6 million views or something like that, but then they only got like 12 subs because they showed something that everybody just keeps going to, and then people be buying subs and views and all of that. So I see why they did it, but I want to go to our guest first, E-Rock, and tell me what you think about this, because, for content creators that's out there that's giving their all, do you feel that YouTube did you dirty, or where are you at?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
I'm really not happy about this. I've been involved with YouTube since 2014. I started the channel back in 2015. And even though the quality still isn't where it needs to be, even though the content is hit or miss, a lot of work is going into that channel the last 3 or so years. I write a lot of my own material. I have to go home and figure out formats and figure out ideas for videos, because this YouTube thing is constantly evolving. And nobody said that YouTube was going to be easy. Nobody said that it was easy. But I always envisioned, for guys like myself, guys like Hebot, the world's most powerful gamer, guys like Exile Prime, guys like BJor1111 and Microboxer X, shout out to them. We always envisioned the end game of maybe not becoming a big star like PewDiePie or Rich from Review Tech or Crap Gamer, these guys that are making money, but maybe just seeing a little income, maybe $300 a week, or hell, $600 a month. There was always some kind of goal we were shooting for, other than just to make videos and have fun and troll or get our names out there. And for me to have less than 1,000 subs and now be told that unless my videos have a certain amount of hours that have been watched, or unless I have 1,000 subs, my videos can now not be monetized. Even if all I was making was 25 cents a month, it was something to shoot for. Now, as a content creator with under 1,000 subs, there's no impetus for me to continue. There's no reason for me to continue on with this. After all of these years of work, after being on the Let's Talk Games podcast, after writing all of these shows, after being with Kid Smooth and writing the Girls Can Game 2 podcast, which was a great show, after interviewing the community manager from Titanfall, all that work for 3 years, it now means nothing, because I have less than 1,000 subs. This sucks. This kills the smaller channels. This basically destroys Hebot and the rest of us, because now we have to work harder. Kmega, the goalpost has been moved even further. And to sit and watch the bigger YouTubers who I respect, like Rich from Review Tech, say, hey, man, this is a good thing. This is a great thing. Like, dude, you were where we were at once. You should have our backs. Now, I understand, the spammers or the people doing stuff like that, but it bothers me that I put so much work into the E-Rock 8150 channel. As crappy as it may be, it was a labor of love. And to go on YouTube and see, excuse my French, some girl who just started her channel yesterday with blonde hair and blue eyes, and she's performing a sex act on a banana, and she's got over 1 million views and 500,000 subs.
Where's she at? Go ahead.
This sort of thing derails everything that I and other content creators have worked for. I think it's horrible. I didn't mean to be so long-winded, but I have a dog in this fight. I have a dog in this fight because it wasn't just about me making YouTube videos trolling the PlayStation fanboys or talking about Xbox news. I do movie reviews on my channel. I just finally had enough energy to put up a Star Wars video today. It's just like, now I got to work that much harder to get this channel over that was a hobby. Now it's just that much harder to get to where Kmega is at, let alone ever be a Rich from Review Tech. And it's just, I'm at a loss for words, guys. I think it's horrible. I think it sucks. It effectively kills the smaller YouTube channels. It pushed the goalposts back further. And I think it's horrible, Kmega. That's all I got to say right now.
No, I can agree to a lot of that, because I mean it's I mean, as for me, I mean, I'm a small channel. I mean, regardless of, I'm over 1,000 subs, but whatever. But it's just the fact of it that it's, you know, I see a lot of people's work and a lot of people's efforts behind it. I see like Lady Infamous. I see that girl puts in work. I see E-Rock put in. I see Microbox of X. I see, and this is the sad thing about with Microbox of X. Big fan of his. He was well over the 1,000 subs when he first started. And he went away. He had family things he had to take care of, and then he comes back, and then he didn't hit that threshold. And I mean, the same with Ghost. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I was Ghost. I was Ghost first sub. I remember it. And so, and then seeing where he was, and then see how, you know, how everything happened. Like my boy B Shadows, he had 8,000, 9,000 subs, and then about Miss K, for instance. Miss K was high up there. I actually never knew how many subs she has. I knew she was really high up there. And because of one flagged video from Nintendo, she had to start all over again. And just because one flagged video from B Shadows, he had to start all over again. And that's tough, especially when you've been putting in like a decade, like that man has. If other people have, I find it to be sad, because you see the people that do the crumb side shit, they do the most ignorant things. We talked about this, the Logan Paul guys, brothers or whatever, and how they get away with it, making millions, averaging $1 million, $11 million a year. And, you know, I'm all about people's success. You know what I'm saying? God bless that. But taking those type of levels, it's disgusting. So anyway, I want to hear your thoughts on this, Delilah. What do you got? Anything you want to chime in on?
You don't want it.
For me, it's a little bit difficult because I mean, of course, I don't put any work into it. I've always seen YouTube as I never seen it as a way to make money, because in my personal life, like, I really enjoy what I do. Like, I put a lot of stock in my actual like career and stuff like that. I never want to use YouTube as like another way to gain income. For me, it was just always about having fun. If I make money from it, great, but it wasn't like the primary goal with YouTube. It would have been nice, but you know, for me, it was just like, it is what it is. And so I never care whether my channel got off the ground or got big or whatever. I just like voicing my opinion, and that's really all I set for my channel to do, was just to voice my opinion on games. And I felt like I needed my channel until I joined GRG, and so GRG allowed me to kind of, you know, voice my opinion and say what I want to say, and kind of keep it pushing without having to worry about my channel. So that's why my channel is like in the state that it's in. And so for me, I'm kind of not. I feel like I don't have what, how you say it, like a horse in the race, because like, I don't care what happens, which is kind of shallow to say after E-Rock has said what he said. And so it seems kind of shallow, but that's just where I'm at. You know, it's like, it doesn't affect me. And so maybe I'm a little bit, you know, just kind of shrug to the whole situation. But I do feel bad for some of my favorite YouTubers, because a lot of my favorite YouTubers are the smaller people. Like, they just up and coming. And that's how I stumbled upon like Lady Infamous and Soldiers the Game, like stuff like that. Because I was looking for like-minded people such as myself. I was like, man, I wonder if there's any ladies that talk about gaming that, you know, have the same mindset that I have, looking at it being, you know, a minority, and just trying to, you know, because we're so underrepresented in the gaming culture and stuff like that. So I was just looking for something like that. And so, you're right, it's these smaller channels. And I think, like I said, I think it's unfortunate. It sucks for smaller channels and people who just get off the ground. So for instance, if I was to all of a sudden try to put some effort into my channel, it's like, what incentive do I have? I really don't have one.
Exactly.
So it's a little disheartening.
Yeah. You know what your incentive is? Your incentive is whoever subscribed to you.
What you said? What?
Like,
Yo, what?
That's your incentive.
That's
your
incentive.
So another thing. Hey, wait. Something I gotta say. Something else I want to say though. One thing we could do is like, just, you know, a community to help our fellow teams is try to get our favorite YouTubers up to 1,000 subscribers if that's what they need.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Okay, look, let's try to get, you know, XYZ this many subscribers. Let's try to get, you know, we just work together to pull people up, and I think that's what it's gonna take. So E-Rock, I wouldn't, if I were you, like, I wouldn't feel like, man, you know, this halts my channel, or this, you know, hinders me from success, because it don't, because you got a whole community that can get behind you to say, look, man, I need 1,000. Just give me to that 1,000 and we golden. At least I can monetize my channel, So,
I'm gonna take your advice. I appreciate that.
Yeah, well, and also started a movement on my channel. I posted a video, like I said, a couple of days ago, and I said in the video, basically, for all small time YouTubers, because it's not only if you get over that threshold of 1,000 subs, but you also have to have 4,000 hours or minutes. I'm sorry, 4,000 minutes or hours of watch time. It's crazy. Yeah, it's really wild. So
that's insane.
And so I told everybody in the comment section, post your channel down, and I'll sub you. And just share it with other people. And this isn't about me. This is about you guys. And if all you small channels out there that's looking to get support, I got your back, because I've been there. I'm still there. I look and I see people that I associate myself with, and in 1 minute they're at like 1,000 subs, and then they jump to 10,000, 12,000, 20,000. I'm like, damn. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? And there could be a lot of things for my standpoint that I have to work on to get my channel bigger and better. But for the people that are really doing it and dedicated and really want to do their thing, and it doesn't matter what kind of channel, you don't have to be a gaming channel. Look, there's people in the comment section down there they're showing magic sticks and makeup, whatever. We're all in this together, and we have to support. So 100, what do you think about this whole situation?
We had a little talk about it last night. You know what I'm saying? Now, I didn't get affected by it. You know what I'm saying? I was just fortunate. I got the hours, I have the views. I feel both sides. I see what YouTube doing, and I see from the smaller ones. What if I was YouTube I wouldn't penalize you if you was there a year. If you from a year till I made that. If you started your YouTube video, it doesn't have. If you just started a year ago, it don't and back for it, it doesn't affect you. Anybody new, this policy will go to. That's what I would do. It was because it's not fair, because everybody doesn't get the looks. They just purged us about what? Almost a year ago. I got purged. I lost about 700.
Like right now, I don't even have a single a person following my channel at all. You guys always say, you don't post anything, right? But look over here, and it has 0 subscribers. Like I don't know how.
But see, you got purged because of your activity. See, they looking at activity. They go through the analytics of all this stuff. Like I was shocked when we was in a party and she said, well, I got an email, and we all going through our emails. Like, do we get this email? And I looked, and I got 2,700 hours looked. So it in like the last 30 days, and I'm like, how? Wow. And it's not like I'm super consistent like that. Sometimes I won't make a video in 2 weeks, especially how I feel. If I feel I don't piggyback off what everybody says. So it's weird, and I feel back. I'm like, I really don't. I put in, but I don't put in. Like I'm not like every day. But I tried to figure out a medium. Like, okay, what can I talk about? Sometime is that will catch somebody.
Well, that's everybody have their own strategy.
And some people, and I put this way, like this doing gameplay sometimes don't work no more.
No,
that doesn't work anymore.
No, it works. You got to be consistent now.
It works. Lady does that. Lady stream every damn day. I look at her stuff. I see her stuff. I look at all you guys' stuff every day because I have to upload it. I see what's hitting, what's not hitting, what's not hitting. No, it's not fair. It's not fair. What gameplay is, but she had made a video and she said that that bad boy was up there. That's one of her update videos. The world of YouTube is drama. You ain't got no drama. It ain't no drama. Yeah. It ain't no drama. Nobody really don't like I said, my subscribers is not loyal. They knew me from the crunch side. I was going after one stop. I was going after this. I don't do that anymore. I don't do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? I don't care to do that anymore. So I have to find another demographic where I can go attract to. Can I make a shock factor? Let me go. Like sometimes I'll go on the interweb and go try to find something. Like my last video, knew it didn't make no sense. But I want somebody to sit there like, oh, he's dumb, and you realize what I said. And like, yeah, that article was dumb because they misreading in the article. Sometimes you got to change the business. I have to change the game all the time because it's somebody that's going to try to outbite you, I'll hard you. You can't quit. I tell everybody, don't quit. I tell ladies, don't quit. No, nobody never quit. You know what I'm saying? Do it because you love gaming. When I hear E-Rock X talking, that's because he's loving gaming. He's passionate about Star Wars. He's passionate. I'm listening to his voice. That would make me hit the subscribe button.
Yeah, his voice,
That would make me, when I hear Lady, I hear her going in, this and that. That makes me wonder, okay, boom. When I go hear other YouTubers that's not that big, when I go hear, you know what I'm saying, Hebot, I hear the passion. When I go hear, you know what I'm saying, Prime, I hear the passion. I don't care what subscribers you got. I hear the passion that, you know, you really care. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you're going off of clickbait and you're regurgitating anything.
Yeah.
A lot of people go off the regurgitating thing. A lot of people win because they go back and forth. Hell with Rich Tech USA.
Videos, man, that's where it's at. I need to be doing reaction videos.
Yeah, that is too. But see, the thing about it is, YouTube, since I started YouTube before I started doing gaming. I was doing the Bone and Dog and from my laundromat. But then when I got into the gaming thing and what happened with this and that, I'm sitting here looking like, okay, YouTube is way bigger from when I start doing YouTube what it's now. You know what I'm saying? You got little kids pimping a mama. When I say pimping a mama is they're a single mom and they got that cam mom taking me to school. You know what I'm saying? She got her boobs done, all that.
Oh, see, there you going left.
No, I'm not.
No, that's real.
No, I'm saying about that. And then the thing about it, my son put me up on that. Like I watched, I said, what he do? He just vlogs. And he's showing his mom. Mom is you know what I'm saying, a nice looking young woman. You know what I'm saying? So people gravitate to that. And these kids are making money.
Did you say gravitate to that? I see. I gotta stop.
Man, leave him alone.
Damn, you already know, man. You know, you want to see when I try to act right when I act. I gotta do it.
I gotta throw a little.
You said some messed up stuff too. You can't even say certain words.
Look, when I pronounce somebody's name here when we get into the other topics, yeah, y'all gonna clown me too. So that's why I'm getting mine down. What about you, Triple Cup? I know that you're an upcoming YouTuber, and I know that you're trying to get to that threshold, and you got great content, got rap videos, all that, man. What do you think about this whole situation with the partnership program?
Man, it's actually crazy. But for me personally, the way I take it is, you know what I'm saying, I feel like if something easy, it's not worth having. So I like a strive. So I'm not really into it really for trying to for the money or the fame. I just want to get into it because, you know what I'm saying, I just love the community. I love gaming. I love the topics. I love conversating back and forth, conversing, you know. I love doing all that, you know what I'm saying? I like doing this for my people, you know what I'm saying, for people that's doing something. If you just want to sit back, chill, relax, you know, I'm your cousin from the country, you know, I'm going to talk with a bunch of noise. I'm going to do a lot of crazy stuff. Man, we just going to have fun, you know, so I'm going to keep it entertaining. You know, I like to have fun. You know, I talk a little noise back and forth, but for me, it's all fun and gaming. And I like to, you know what I'm saying, just uplift spirits and have everybody happy and want to have a good time. So when it comes to like getting to that next level, it's just like a mind state. It's like, okay, all these people that's with me, it just made me gravitate a whole lot more to when I get to this next level to like, man, I'm accomplishing something. It's going to keep me humble and it's going to keep me just fighting for like, okay, this for us. And then when it comes to a real subject or a real topic and all my people and we feeling a certain way, man, I'm just going to be that hound that's just going to snatch. So, you know what I'm saying, I'm just going to be ready. So I'm just that type of person. And, you know what I'm saying, so if they raising the bar, you know what I'm saying, if some people want to stop doing it, I mean, I can understand because it's draining and it's like, okay, it's not really worth the effort and time. But for me, it's like the time and the effort is where it's at. Because the whole process is what I'm loving. I like the whole concept of going through the situation because it's not getting at the top. It's the travel that you take to get to the top and the people that you meet and just have fun and chill with. You know what I'm saying? That's what it's all about with me.
Yeah. All right.
And that was me preaching.
Yeah, but no, that's cool.
That's what's up.
That's what people want to. I mean, we want to hear all different perspectives. What about you, LiveWire? What do you think about this situation?
First thing, what are the requirements?
The requirements is that you have to have 1,000 subs and over 4,000 watch minutes.
Yeah.
4,000.
Yeah, 4,000. 4,000 watch minutes or hours, something of that effect. I think it's either or, but that's the two requirements for you to get your videos monetized. And until then, you know, you're just going to have your videos demonetized And I don't. And then I just read something before we started the show where they were saying that YouTube was going to do something else with the Patreons and something of that nature. Now, from what I first started to read, it seemed like they were trying to help out the smaller YouTubers and maybe try to help promote their channels to maybe start doing Patreons, something like that. But I don't know. I didn't get a chance to get to.
They got to do. They actually, I looked at it yesterday when I was going through stuff. They actually have a new section where you can actually have people sponsor your channel.
Oh, okay.
So it's just so it can be on a monthly basis.
Okay.
They have a I didn't read the you know me. I'm gonna go read all that. I'll leave that to Bloody. Bloody will give me all the information tonight. But you can do that because he reads the terms of services. I ain't got time to read all that.
Yeah,
but
and let's welcome my boy from the Smash Podcast, Knuckles, Bloody Knuckles. A new member of the Intro Media Gaming family, and man, I asked him to come on. Man, I knew that that a couple of the people were going to show up, and so that's why I was asking if he had time to come on to the show. Very knowledgeable cat. He's usually the one talking about comic book stuff. So if you into comics like him and Triple Cup Chuck is, you need to check out the podcasts. Yeah, they be lit. They be lit. They're very informative. So go ahead, 100. I just wanted to introduce him.
Oh no, not gonna say no. It was just no. I think that's a new thing they're trying to do. And then I heard it was going to make try to have a new service. Like I guess, like you were saying, try to get the up and coming YouTubers and stuff like that. You know, what I'm saying, because a lot of people think a lot of people think we big and we small.
You
know,
very small.
And I'm like, I'm not big. What I be seeing people, they say, but what I've learned, and I tell people this also is. It's not your subscribers and who looking at you. It is who you know. When you can go out somewhere and somebody know you. When I went out to E3 and people knew who the hell I was shocked because I felt I'm small. But it's what you speak about. You know what I'm saying? And people know. You know what I'm saying? If you hear Vegas, like I say, I walked up on Delilah and she didn't know who I didn't know who. I mean, I knew she looked like, but I didn't know her. And I just said one word. I was looking at Megatron. She turned around and knew who I was off my voice. You just don't know. You got a big part in these gaming community just because you don't have the subscribers.
It is. Your name goes out like it's really crazy because I mean, you know, it's just, but to help out the smaller YouTubers, the fact of it is that we have to network better. I think that the fact that there's so much division, it's kind of like school, you know, you got the jocks, the hoods, and I know there are people like, what's a hood? I guess I'm just too old. Anyway, E-Rock knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, so you got the
street punks,
whatever, punks, whatever, that, you know, ones with the funny socks and all that stuff. Anyway, you know, you got all different, you got the preps, you got all different types of emos. Yeah, and then they don't really associate with one another.
They don't interact.
Right. And in this space, you know, if you really want to make it, you're gonna have to network. It's not even a question. You got to work hard. You got to put out the product or the material of whatever that you're trying to do, and you got to network. If you think that you're just going to get in there because you're talented, you could talk really well, or whatever the case may be, sing, whatever, it's not going to work because there's a million other people on YouTube that's doing the same thing. Networking is the thing, and every big YouTuber will tell you how they got their big break is that one of the big time YouTubers saw their content from somebody else that was smaller
and shot them
out and they started the network. That's why if you see the big YouTubers that like Angry Joe and Maximilian and all these other guys out there, they don't go at each other's throats. They may talk about each other's situations that's going on, but they do it in a sympathetic way. Down here,
we cutthroat.
Everybody's cutthroat. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get to the next YouTuber, and it's kind of sad because you got people like Bond and other people that will come and they'll try to find out the bottom feeders, and then they'll start trouble just because they want you to look bad, so what they do to keep going up is garbage. But anyway, Knuckles, give me your thoughts on this whole YouTube thing before we go to the next topic.
As everyone's been putting it makes sense. You know, it hurts the small timers because everyone's trying to get that. You know, everyone wants to come up, and the thing about it too is I've seen a lot of people talk about is that it don't matter if you're only making $1, $2, or anything. A lot of people want to do it and want to see that they're making something back because it kind of pushes them when they start to see that that everything that they've been putting into it is starting to grow into something that only pushes them to go further. Because every big YouTuber started out small, and they had to have that drive. Yeah, we all passionate, as Bone put it. We have to be passionate about what we love. You know, you see it with what Delilah does, what Triple Cup and I do, with what you and him do. And, you know, Bone, like he says, he's passionate about certain things. He's not always passionate about this. Ask him anytime. He always says he wants to be the next grill master. You want to talk about ribs? That man can tell you all you want to know about that.
Oh my God, yes, he can.
But we all passionate about our own things, and we all want to push to be more. We want to get that notice, even if it isn't always about getting paid. It's about, we want the people to enjoy what we do. We put in the work, and it's hard sometimes when there's always so many pullbacks that keep affecting them, because when they do these big cuts like they did with all the inactive channels or inactive accounts a while back, that pulls so many people back, and then they watch these numbers that are growing, then they get cut down. And then now with all the adpocalypse that happened last year, and now this big step up again, because they don't know how to handle situations on a small scale. They just go straight, instead of just making the precision, they just do a slapstick across everything. They need to make it to where it affects the certain circumstances, but it's not hurting everyone as a whole, because then it affects the whole platform. And then that's where it gets down to it. For the small timers like us, like you said, they get cutthroat because everyone was trying to make their upcoming, so they stop working together. The part about it is that we're all in it together as content creators, because it affects us all as a whole. And networking and working together is definitely where it's at, is because we all have to help each other come up. That's why you got to be talking about it. You know, you don't always got to be toxic to everyone. At the end of the day, we're all gamers, we're all geeks, we're all nerds in our own way, and we all have the same loves. Just how we go about it is different, but that doesn't mean we got to hate someone just because of the fact that they like something else that we don't.
Right. Absolutely right. Real talk, man. So I hope that was informative to everybody out there. And again, if you're a small YouTuber, please support your next small YouTuber. Work it out. That's why I get heat thrown at me all the time, and I love it. A part of it, because it's kind of like, I mean, I give all these people attention and shit. That's fine, but to me, it's like, but you'll never see me make a video about another individual, because I want whoever's dissing me or anybody that I'm associated with, I want their channel to grow. That, because to me, this isn't real. We're talking about, video games. This is child's play. You know what I'm saying? So there shouldn't be no real beef or no stressing on that shit. So anyway, man, let's move on to the next topic. Xbox, the God Box, Killer Phil is back, baby. Anyway, no.
Hey, so you saying we can lay our hair down now?
Yeah. We can put it on. Anyway, no.
Hey, where's Xbox Pup at, man? Where's he at? He's got to be here to lead the sermon.
Oh man, anyway, yeah. Okay. Xbox has got a new executive director. Actually, this guy is taking over the spot as what Phil Spencer was, and this name is Matt Booty. Did I say it right, Delilah?
Yeah, Matt Booty. That's
right.
Matt Booty. Booty.
Love.
Now Matt Booty, and
I'm so mad at y'all.
So can we say, instead of the era of Spencer, can we say this the era of Booty?
The era of Booty. It's the era. Yeah, Spencer sitting on his throne.
There's so many jokes, dude.
But it's the era of Booty. Booty is in the house. Anyway, everybody loves Booty, right?
Yeah,
so
right.
let me stop.
So would he be the top booty?
Okay, we gotta stop. All right, anyway, okay, Matt Booty. He was the guy that was the CEO of Mojang, and which we all know Minecraft is a phenomenon into itself. And so Phil Spencer took him in. But there's some history about this guy that's pretty interesting. And when I get to one other topic, to me, it's all going to come together. But I did not know that this man was once the CEO of Midway.
Wow.
And if we know Midway made a lot of games. And also, this guy is really good at talking to Japanese developers. He goes all over the country, all over the world. And of course he had to negotiate on how to get Minecraft out to everybody. So this looks like a really good look. And plus the fact that Phil Spencer and Matt seem to be in cahoots. They seem to be happy with one another, and also that there's going to be new blood that's going to be looking over all of the studios. And so, for when everybody thinks that Phil is a little soft on something, I think that this man has enough expertise and skill to kind of reel it in and talk to Phil and say, look, hey, this is the direction that maybe you need to go. And I think because they have such a great relationship, from what everything I've read about it, is that these guys is going to really be a good tandem. So I'm going to go to you, our guest, E-Rock. What is your thought process on this? Do you think this is a good look? Are you a little nervous? Or what do you think about this hire?
I mean, given his background, it all sounds good. You know, a former boss over at Mahjong and excuse me, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
A former boss over at Midway. We all know that company's lineage. I can't say I'm excited. I guess it's a good look, and the only reason why I'm sounding so ambivalent about it is because if he's going to come in and shake up the status quo, if he's going to come in and quiet all these rumblings that the Xbox haters and detractors have about there's no Japanese games on your platform, if he's going to come in and bring in more great indies like The Last Night, that beautiful looking animated game that's coming out sometime this year, if he's going to shake things up and push for great first party games, then that's exciting. But right now, it looks like Microsoft and Xbox have this corporate culture now. They have this identity with who they are. It's looking like right now the days of Microsoft going toe to toe with Sony exclusive, that's over. It looks like Microsoft is becoming like this little indie studio where instead of making Captain America: The First Avenger, they're going to make I don't know, Lady Bird, or they're going to make Dunkirk. That seems to be the direction that Microsoft's going in. So if this guy Booty or Booty, if he's going to come in and shake, if he's going to come in and shake stuff up, Kmega, I'm excited about that. But if he's going to just come in and just ease right into the Xbox corporate culture, it's a lot to do about nothing. I hope we see something out of it. But Xbox has this culture now where they really aren't concerned with putting out 340 games a year. They're more concerned with putting out 7 great games a year. And we'll see. It's a we shall see. I wish this guy luck. Congratulations for him stepping into the big job. But I'm going to play a wait and see on this one, Kmega.
All right, you got to pay the bills. Big shout out to Cyrus Burke. Man, he said, not going to lie, Xbox E3 is probably going to get destroyed by fanboys if Booty takes the stage because his name, sadly. We're glad he's there to take over. But yeah, you know what? Look, the name, regardless of the name, man, I'm excited, and especially for other things else. And you know, and I'm going to go to Knuckles later up here after I talk to Delilah, because Delilah made a comment, and one of my favorite people came up and stepped in and told you, "Hey, don't worry about it. Everything is all right." So Delilah, what do you think about Matt coming on in and taking over? Because you had the same type of sentiments that E-Rock had.
Yeah, well, like I said on Twitter, like I'm kind of nervous about it because I look at him being the CEO of Midway, and he was the CEO towards the later half of Midway, right before it closed down. So like, think about, he took over in 2008, it shut down in 2009. So for me, I'm like, okay, you're at the tail end of Midway when things were going bad. Now, I mean, if you're the CEO, then what's going on with the financials there? But that was so long ago, and I know that from that point, you know, him taking over Minecraft, he was able to kind of nurture that franchise and bring it up to par and stuff like that. So he could have just took the Midway situation and learned from his mistakes and was able to apply some significant strides with, I mean, obviously with Minecraft being the phenomenon that it is. But of course, it was already successful before Microsoft took it over. So like I said, I'm a little bit nervous. For me, I'm like 50-50 on it. I don't really know exactly what this means. I mean, this could very well mean, okay, Microsoft is business focused, so they're gonna try to put all their games on multi-platform because of the fact that Minecraft is on all consoles. So maybe they want to go in that direction and say, okay, well, this guy's done it before, so let's put him at the helm, and then we can easily kind of break it down to put our games in other locations instead of just having them all on Xbox. So it's so many ways you can look at this. And I know that's a fanboy's nightmare, right? Like, oh, you're gonna put all our games on PlayStation, or you're gonna put our games on Nintendo. But see, you gotta look at Microsoft as like, they worry about numbers. Software is where the money is. So if they're gonna make the money that they're gonna be investing in first party back, they're gonna have to put it on all platforms. Which of course I don't want that to happen. I like the ecosystem I'm tied to, and I like the competition. I think it'd be terrible for the competition. So but I don't know. I don't know what this means. I mean, I haven't really heard much about him until now. I've been just kind of trying to do my research. He's had a lot of good. I haven't found anything so super negative about him, other than the whole the whole Midway CEO thing. But other than that, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's just up in the air. I can't call it, one way or the other. So.
Okay, all right.
But cool. I am glad that Shannon Loftus did comment on there and was like, "Yo, don't worry about it. This is part of the plan," kind of deal.
Yeah, and you know what Shannon Loftus said? The games were coming. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Shannon Loftus. You know what I'm saying?
Like, kind of like, this is part of the plan. Relax, Delilah, relax. You know, so I'm like, 'cause that was the first thing I said. I don't know. I'm nervous. What's going on? And so it felt real good to kind of get some feedback there.
And of course, I had to break it down and say, man, we're gonna enjoy this ride. And I like to put my gifts on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? I'm riding on the alligator. You know what I'm saying? We doing this. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little shaky at first, but you know what I'm saying? We gonna do our thing, man. And I
was about to tell you to take that down. I'm like, man, you're embarrassing me, Kmega. Take that down.
Knuckles, what is your thoughts on this with the new hire of Matt, and what do you have the same type of outlook as E-Rock and Delilah, or do you have a different take?
No, I actually have a different take, and I want to pull out to Delilah and E-Rock here on that. Like, I know a lot of people are going to pull up, oh, he was the CEO of Midway at the end, but you got to think this. He was already coming up at the tail end of what was left before when it came to the financials. Just like how Phil Spencer came into the head of Xbox after Don Matrick in the beginning of 2013.
I wish 108 Dragons here would have said facts.
Yeah. So he already had that leftover stuff, because remember, when Phil came into his position, he was getting the leftover hatred from Matrick and all the deals that he had made leading up to the launch of the Xbox One. And Matt Booty, you got to remember with this, he was actually a developer at Midway back in the 90s. He was helping to make the game. So he came up all the way through it, from being a developer to being a team lead to overseeing projects before becoming head CEO and all that, just like Phil Spencer did. They both know what it means to come down from being a developer working on the games and then going up through in each of those positions. So they understand what it means to help with the teams and to have the hands-on and hands-off approach. And as he's seen with that, he helped to put out a lot of games during his tenure. Maybe not necessarily as a CEO, but all the projects he oversaw, he helped.
Ready to rumble. Who remembers Ready to Rumble? Who remembers
that was the shot?
Exactly. That was
Rage
stuff back in the day.
Who remembers all the Mortal Kombat? Who remembers?
All of that was Midway back in the day.
All that was Midway. Cyberball 2072, Defender. All Killer Instinct 1 and 2. They helped develop that game, bro. I mean, okay, keep going.
And look at that. He helped to bring that back, because we got Killer Instinct when it regen back in 2013. It got its revival after almost 2 decades, and it needed that. So what a lot of people are getting worried about it is that he knows what he's doing. He's worked with a lot of those Japanese developers, as E-Rock said, back in the early days of Midway, to get those and show that they are multi-platform. And with him being overseeing Mojang, what he saw with the Minecraft project is he helped to cultivate the ecosystem across all the devices that it was already on, and kind of help push it forward so that way and keep growing, because it's still a powerhouse to this day. Everyone still plays Minecraft. Minecraft is one of those things that still cannot stop, no matter what. Everyone has at least bought 2 to 3 copies of it, no matter what system you're on, and everyone can imagine that. With him working with the heads of the studios, knowing what they're doing, and now him working directly under Phil, they both understand the vision that they want to take Xbox forward. It's gonna be a good time. We just have to let it play out, as Mega was saying, because right now you got to think that when Phil came in, the first thing they started doing was pushing forward for the hardware with the 1S and with the 1X. So they started the R&D on that. And at that time, if he had started investing in first-party studios and stuff, besides Crackdown and the couple other games that are going to be coming out, that we're going to start seeing the fruits of all those new studios that and projects they may have been invested in, but not talking about, especially now that they're coming to say that they've been putting in a lot more, because it takes about 3 to 4 years. We're starting to get around that time. We're going to start seeing more. Like, everyone wants to get like scared at the first sign of things, but they need to just wait. Now is a perfect time to wait and let it play out.
I
because
totally
there's
agree.
so much coming up.
I totally agree. I totally agree. Go ahead.
I was like terrified and anything like that. Just 50-50. I
Yeah,
don't.
you and E-Rock sounded pretty petrified. Y'all was over here kind of shaking a little bit. Anyway,
look at also over there.
Okay, and so Triple Cup. I'm going to go to you next, but I want to say this as well. Now, you've already heard the rumors about NBA Live, NBA Jam might be making a return, right? Okay, guess who was it?
That's in the win, though.
No. I think that's a real thing, because you know why? That was a midway game, and that man helped develop that game.
Mega, I'm gonna end you right here.
Okay.
The license for the NBA is no exclusives. They're different from the NFL. You cannot buy it in exclusive.
Well, I don't know.
Now, if Microsoft buy that title and Microsoft put it under Microsoft Studios, that is different.
That's what he's saying. That's what I'm saying.
Jam is not gonna be no exclusive to no Xbox. I'm just letting you know right now.
No idea. Well, what about NBA Ballers? Because he made NBA Ballers too. He was a part of that. He was part of that.
Yeah, but you said I just saw the articles about the NBA Jams too. I saw the articles about it.
But what I'm saying, Bone, is that if he does help push it forward and they do produce it, that means it has to have the Microsoft Studios logo for the publishing. They could put it multi-platform as much as they want. But the thing is, if they do that, Sony will refuse to do it because they don't want to show the Microsoft logo. Because there's certain times where they've offered and made things multi-plat, but they don't take it. They took Minecraft because of the fact that Minecraft was already going multi-plat, but that's when it went into Microsoft Studios under their project head, and it had to put the Microsoft logo because they were publishing it there, even though they had already started developing on the Sony platform for the PlayStation. But remember, it didn't come out until the PS4.
Right. So, okay. All right. So what about you, Triple Cup? What do you think about the whole, the new executive that's stepping up to take Phil's spot?
Well, Matt Booty.
Old spot, I should say.
Yeah, his old spot with Booty. I just hope whatever he bring don't be Booty. Because I need to. I had to get a joke in. It just had to come out. I couldn't be too serious. But anyway, though, what I think about with Matt, I'm just gonna call him Matt because I ain't gonna better make it. But so with Matt, this the thing about it though. Just this generation right here, right now, what we living in, not the past generations, and I'm talking about right here, right now. People gonna look at it like this here. What have you done for me lately? They seen Minecraft, but Minecraft came out years ago. They gonna look at it. What have you done for me lately? Can he do it now? So all the stuff he got, you know what I'm saying? He got something behind him. He got a nice little paper trail, but that don't mean nothing if he can't deliver now. I mean, you could have been. I'm finna go live. Why? I'm finna go live. Why? You could have been a porn star back in the day, but when you make 50 years old and it don't get come over,
oh my goodness,
you can stretch it out. I mean, what was it? Ron Jeremy? He was still doing some things.
I'm mad at y'all. Come on, keep it moving.
Yeah. Hey, look, if we all know one thing, apparently Hugh Hef was still able to get it up back in the even still.
He had the best Viagra.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Here we go. We going left. All right. So what about? Were you done?
Yeah, this ain't gonna be no Viagra commercial.
All right, cool. All right, what about you, LiveWire? Where are you at on this, man? Are you excited about this, or are you nervous? Where are you at?
Well, I mean, hey, man, everybody likes a little booty, so.
Oh my god!
How old are we? Like seriously?
I don't know, man.
Hey, look. No matter what age you are, everyone loves a good booty joke.
That's right.
So look, I mean, it can't hurt, to really.
So if it's no longer Call of Duty, would he say this is his Call of Booty?
Oh, Knuckles, come on now. Anyway, come on, Live. What you got to say, man?
Yeah, what I'll say is, basically we found out that Phil was doing 2 jobs for the,
Yeah, that's true.
And technically, he was technically, until as of right now, he was doing 3 jobs because he was already doing 2.
When you say 3, what do you mean though?
No, because he was doing his job and he was doing Don Matrix's job when Don Matrix left. They never replaced. Phil never stopped doing what he was doing.
Yep.
So now, right up until, and then once he got that promotion, the other promotion, he was doing 3 jobs technically. So now you got him just being in charge of, what his new position is, and then Booty doing what Phil's old job was, in Don Matrix. So it helps him out.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Yeah, nothing sucks worse than having to do somebody else's job and still getting paid the same amount. That shit sucks, bro.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. What about you, 100? Where are you at on this? Are you excited?
I'm kind of mad.
Okay, why you mad?
I'm kind of mad because, you know what I'm saying, me and Delilah applied for the position and we didn't even get it. Last 2 weeks. Only wanted 2 weeks.
Okay, all right.
Only wanted 2 weeks and you could have gave it to him. Nah, but
the deal's done.
No, you know what? Kind of a little mad because, you know what I'm saying, everybody shitted on Shannon. You know what I'm saying? The girl didn't do no bad job.
Shannon didn't lose her job. She still got a job now.
Yeah, but they didn't lose her job. But, you know what I'm saying?
What happened?
I thought it was my microphone.
I was like, what?
He evaporated. 100, you there?
When people cried about people cried about what was that, Gamescom. I wasn't expecting anything for Gamescom because Gamescom been the same thing for the last 10 years. It was the same thing from E3. So people need kickback. I hope he do a good job,
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's good stuff. That's good stuff. Well, I think I've heard a lot of positive things about this guy, and so it just bodes well for what it's to come for Xbox, and I think that it's from where they were at the beginning of this generation, where there was a lot of turmoil. A lot of people didn't know what the Xbox brand was going to do. Was somebody going to buy them out? Did the new CEO of Microsoft was going to allow all these rumors and all of these things? And now if we can go back in time and look and go back to this point, then we can understand how much stuff was going on behind the scenes and why things were like they were, because there was a lot of, it seemed, well, from my perspective, I think that there was a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians. You see what I'm saying? There was just nobody really actually,
you know what, Mega, I want to add on to that for a second here, and especially since we're talking about that, when Satya Nadella first came in to as CEO for Microsoft and overseeing everything. One, at that time, we talked about this before, he didn't understand how big of an industry that gaming was. However, he wasn't going to just dump it outright. He actually helped. If you actually read his book, because I took the time to read the man's book, he broke the cycle of corporate infighting at the top, because during Bill Gates' era and during Ballmer's era, there was so much infighting from the heads at the top that they were just trying to be cutthroat with all businesses and then with each other. He broke that and brought everyone together with the senior leadership and got everyone saying, hey, we're one company. Everything we do affects all of us. We need to be using everything to utilize all of our products. And as over the time, we saw now that he understood just how big Xbox is and how gaming is as an industry, and brought Phil into that senior leadership when he promoted him as the executive vice president of the gaming division. Now you're starting to see that everything that's happening with the cloud services is affecting Xbox. With the hardware and development that they're doing with Xbox, that can help with PC. The operating system that it runs off of is all coming from the PC side because it's a modified Windows 10. Everything now at Microsoft is all helping to grow each other's side of the businesses, and that's the thing that matters. That's what we need to see. because you don't always need to have everything ripped apart going head to head. And I'm glad to see that everything's starting to come under a vision and unified. And I think that's the best thing about Booty coming into Spencer's old position.
Yeah, and that sounds fantastic and everything, but I'm more concerned about the games, though. Like, you know,
I don't think no games. I don't think no game's going to go over no PlayStation. I'm going to tell you that right.
Me neither. I just don't see that. No, yeah,
it might do PC, but PC
Xbox focus. That's what's going to do.
Microsoft started off on where the PC. They started off the PC world. They started off gaming on PC. They had the flight simulators and stuff like that. They just want a little piece of the market. Yeah, that's all they want. A little piece
to do that, they have to fix the Windows 10 store, though. That's the big thing, is they need to.
They don't. You know what? They don't care about really to care. They throw their stuff on Steam. They making money off of Steam. They don't care. They're not trying to fight with the competitor.
They don't care anymore. Like,
they just want a piece of the pie. That's all they want. And Sony wants a piece of that pie right now too.
I use the Xbox store. Is that the same thing? I use the Xbox app and get the same thing, right?
Because the Xbox app can still get the Play Anywhere titles over.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, aren't they they're the same thing, right? So why do people crap on the Windows store when the Xbox store to me is better and it's the same thing? Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Well,
they wanted the Apple store and the Google store.
Yeah.
But how much junk that you got in both of them stores?
Well, let's move on to the next topic.
Junk that's in there.
Let's move on to the next topic, because it's still got to be in that stratosphere, which is talking about my main man, Killer Phil. He is back. Oh, when Phil comes out when Phil Spencer comes out with articles that just kind of just like, look, man, I've heard enough. Then that's when the Killer Phil comes out. So look, he came out and he did an article. He's like, look, I'm not deaf. I've heard we don't have any games. And trust me,
the memes and stuff like that.
The games is coming. Yeah, the games is coming. You know, and he said the games is coming. And I know, look, it don't make any sense. That's the whole thing, that we all listen to the rhetoric from so many of these fanboys that tell us that Xbox has no games, or Xbox is nothing but a game service. Xbox is going to sell out. Xbox is not going to all their games are going to go to different platforms. Xbox is done. The PlayStation, what's the Xbox MPDs? What's Xbox market share? What's this? What's that? What's this? But as I go through and let people know, Microsoft is still the #1 publisher. Microsoft still makes money overhand, and this makes tons of money, makes more money than Sony. Yep. But the thing of it is that they don't want to talk about that. So if look, Phil Spencer said he had enough, and so look, the games are coming. So do y'all believe Phil? So y'all just interject. Just
Hey, look, is
he coming with the games?
Look. It ain't about the games, but you gotta look at it at this perspective as well, too. Is always the one up. They talking about, okay, it's the games. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist to know the game's coming. They're just trolling. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? You gotta. That's like a dog, you know what I'm saying, running around in circles. You know they're gonna do something stupid, so you overlook them. You don't even much worry about them. That should be invisible to you. You shouldn't even see people like that. But when they get to talking about like the numbers and stuff like that, I'm not no NPD type of person. But what I do know is they got more people on Xbox Live than they have on PlayStation now, and that means Xbox Live has more people I could play with. So in my perspective, no matter who sell more, these numbers here means more, because these more people I could play with physically, and I could get in the game with this person. So the other numbers about how many consoles been sold, that's irrelevant. About people talking about Xbox ain't got no games, them trolls, they irrelevant. So when they talk about, hey, we ain't got no games, now the games that we have is still to this day better than most games that you're seeing on the PlayStation, because you'll play a PlayStation game. I play single player games, but once I play them once, maybe twice, I'm through. You got Halo. That game living for years. I mean, that game now is gonna live for the next 10 years. That's getting your money's worth.
And think about it too, when you look at Halo, man, we got the Master Chief Collection. Yeah, it may have its issues, but we have the entire.
They're gonna fix that. I don't know if you heard that, but they're fixing it, and they're gonna give it the X treatment. So that ready for that.
Exactly.
I mean, all the Halos on one box.
Everything. Yeah, exactly. All the Halos on one box. Look at this too. All the Assassin's Creed series, all 10 games backwards compatible on the X. We're seeing generations of stuff carried over and preserved. If you heard what Andrew House said before when he went to old conventions showing off older versions of like Gran Turismo, he says, why would anyone play older games? They look like shit. It's like you're slapping your community in the face with a comment like that, showing that you don't care about it. As Phil has come out, games are art. Older games deserve to be played. Yeah, they may not look great, but they were revolutionary for their time, and that's what we're starting to see. We're seeing that cultivation.
Right. If you got a game that's new and you haven't played it, it's new. A game could be 10 years old, but if you never played it, it's new. So that give you the opportunity on top of what Knuckles was saying, the same games that you'd have been playing that you still could go and play. They could be them old games you can go back and reach and grab. So when they say Xbox don't have no games, how? Even it ain't nobody in this world. I don't care how big of a gamer you have not played every Xbox game, every PlayStation game, every multiplayer that they have ever been made. So when you can go back and play a game that you miss, man, that should be treasure. That should be gold. You can't put no price on that. Matter of fact, when you talk about no games, you talking about a dumbass statement, because no games, why would you have a system? All systems have games, and then every year they drop in, even if it's a multiplayer, as long as you can go back and play that game, you have something to play if you haven't played it, regardless.
Yeah. So what about you, E-Rock? You've been a little quiet. So where's your stance on this with Phil Spencer talking about that he hears the chatter and the games are coming? Where are you at on this?
I mean, you know, I've had my problems and my issues with Phil Spencer before in the past, but as an Xbox guy, I've learned to trust the process. And, you know I make my videos and I've trolled the Sony fanboys, but a lot of that noise about no games is coming from the Sony fanboys. It's coming from them. And when you look at their history, these are the same people in the media and the same people on these podcasts each week that when Quantum Break came out, they called it quantum crap. When Sunset Overdrive came out, they called it, excuse my French, Sun Shit Overdrive. These are the same people that no matter what Xbox does, they're always going to question it. They're always going to have some comments. Another Forza. Despite Forza, whether you like Forza Horizon or Forza, the main series or not, it's one of the best racing game series out there. And Microsoft keeps a consistent flow of games coming. It's just not what they want. So because they're not getting, we're not getting a Spider-Man game, okay? And I'm sure there's some folks that are into that Spider-Man game from Insomniac. My thing is, you know how long I've been playing Spider-Man? I was playing Spider-Man Maximum Carnage on the freaking Genesis. So I mean, come on. So if it's not what they want, they're going to always talk about it. So I believe Phil when he says that the games are coming, but like for these Xbox haters, and that's what it's all about now. It's not even about gaming anymore. They're always going to find a way to complain. They're always going to find a way to gripe. They're always going to find a way for anybody on this panel who supports Xbox or likes Xbox. They're going to find a way to try to stick it to you and make it feel like you're missing something because you won't join their cult. You won't join that. Now, me personally, I've had PlayStation. I've had Nintendos. I'm an Xbox guy. This is the first time in years I've had the money to go out and buy another console. Why would I go out and buy another console when Xbox gives me $98 of free games each month? Why? Mm-hmm. Why would I buy another console when they're giving me backwards compatibility and I've got my entire library almost of Xbox 360 games and now my OG Xbox games, which we never thought was going to happen. I'm a different gamer, okay? I'm pleased as punch for you guys that God of War 4 is coming out. I just don't care.
Oh no, it's a reboot. It's a
for me, the game has been getting the most dissed comments that Phil's bringing out this year is Sea of Thieves, right? And when they showed, Rare recently showed Sea of Thieves, they showed like almost like 20 minutes of it. This game looks fun. I was playing it. It's fun.
Yeah, it is
great.
Like, there's nothing more relaxing in that game than just going across the seas. Like, the water, if you see it at sunset, dude, it is so beautiful. Like, it will blow your mind. Seeing that in 4K It's just mind blowing how that water sparkles, dude. It's on another level.
And it's something, and since you guys have seen it already, you can attest it's something different. The last night is something different. Microsoft is trying. Cuphead came out of nowhere. That was just, who saw that coming? Microsoft is, like I said, they're becoming like an independent film company. And I trust Phil Kmega. And answer your question, I trust him. I believe him. And I'm excited for whatever he's got in store for us.
Yeah, well, that's great. I mean, because look, I will say this before I go to live. I will say, I was the same way when Z was, because I want games to look like this, and he's right. Xbox do need to make more games to look more realistic, like Quantum Break and Rise. But when I first looked at Sea of Thieves, when I first turned it on and got in the beta, alpha, whatever it's called, whatever. I think it's the alpha.
It's the technical alpha. Closed beta is next week.
Okay, yeah. And so I go in there and I'm like, them cartoon graphics. Yeah, am I a little bit? I don't know. And I walked, and then I got on the boat. And I'm telling you, everybody told me the same thing. But you get on that boat and you see that water, and I'm like, we're talking about water. Not gameplay, but water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing my Iverson impression, like, word. And then I seen the water, and it just blew my mind. Sunset, and then you get out, and then you start playing multiplayer and all of those aspects that's inside that game. And the game is an alpha, guys. I cannot wait for this game to come out, so I can see 100 be on the boat in real life.
And the naval combat is fun. Like, I had an experience in one of the games is that there was some guys following us on the 2-man.
You can't give too much information. I don't want to get flagged now.
Yeah. But you can actually sneak on another person's ship by just jumping off, going underwater, waiting for them to come up and climbing on the side. There's so much you can do that isn't scripted that is fun in that game.
Right. Oh, and Gunny FPS. I'm sorry, Delilah. I'm gonna say this, and you can go ahead and say what you gotta say. Gunny FPS said in the chat, cartoon graphics, but they love Fortnite and Borderlands and Telltale games. That boy throwing them facts. That's what away Dragons facts right there. Go ahead, Delilah. What was you gonna say?
No, I was just saying that they got so many other things you could do in that game that people just haven't seen yet. Like if you played the latest alpha, they changed a couple of things, especially like how you customize your character and a bunch of other things that they're going to show next month. But it's exciting. I think it's going to be pretty good for them. I mean, before on
Mega
previously I was a little bit soft on it, but now after checking out the latest build and stuff like that, I think it's going to be something special.
I mean, that game's going to ruin friendships. Could you imagine me and my buddies, Microboxer X and the Welsh Gamer, going around all day looting and pirating, and building up our treasure, and all of a sudden Kmega and his goons come and sink our ship? We're not gonna be friends anymore.
Remember, all my goons, I got LiveWire, 100, you know what I'm saying, operations. I got goons for goons. I got goons deep, baby. We coming. And I understand right now.
I ain't no goon. I'm a drunk.
Okay, never mind. 100's gonna be
I'm a freelancer, but I am your navigator extraordinaire, master treasure hunter.
And don't be like Net, want to drive into the storm. So what up for a minute? Like, why are we driving into the storm?
Hey, he did that so that way you get your drunk ass out of the crow's nest.
I'll tell you a little story. This is crazy. I went completely off. Live will sit there and wish he could record me. We sitting there playing, right? So I'm like, man, I ain't finna do no damn quest right now. Y'all go find that damn treasure. I ain't finna do nothing. I'm tired of running around finding treasure. And I said, I'm gonna protect the boat because we got our boat jacked. So I said, I'm gonna rock with the boat. They threw me in the jail. I went completely. I lost my mind. I said, I hope y'all. They started. I said, I hope I hope they drown our asses. I don't care. You gonna throw me in the brig? I'm protecting the boat, but you can vote your memory to go to jail.
I forgot about that.
And they decided to vote me to go to jail, so I went completely off. I went on a rant for about 30 minutes. Like they was like, "Hey, we gonna let you out." I'm not gonna help. I'm gonna help them kill you.
What's funny is I was actually there for that because I joined in just as I think it was Live that left, and they were sitting there drunk, playing music and just puking on the man while he was in the brig.
Yeah, that shit was funny,
Yeah, man. The game is hilarious. It is a streamer's dream, and the fact that this game is unique, like E-Rock said, everybody talks about Xbox doesn't have any games that's unique. Tell me what PlayStation game that got boats. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Like to me, it's a nice balance because I understand PlayStation has more of the realistic games, but
hold on, live. We gotta pay the bills. Yo, I'm gonna be upset if this bitch, you know what I'm saying, it's a Team Sniper. What?
He's talking about Usopp from
Usopp.
One Piece.
Okay. Okay. See, look, yeah, man. Okay. Look, I bought One Piece on the Xbox one time. Haven't watched the animation. You know what I'm saying? Don't hurt me for that. But anyway, big shout out for the donation. You know what I'm saying? Lady Infamous will take that from me immediately. So go ahead.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying is Xbox and PlayStation has more of those gritty exclusives, right? But they both get a ton of gritty games, period, because they have the multiplats. So it's a nice switch up sometimes that just have something that has gameplay and not just cinematic. Because we have a lot of cinematic games, in general.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to seeing Matt Booty. I'm anxious to see his upcoming interviews and stuff like that, like how he feel about the game and things that he'll like to see on the platform. Just to see where his head is at, That's the big. I guess that's what I'm looking forward to.
Right.
As far as from an industry perspective.
Well, that's right. Yeah, you know what? And that's great, Delilah. Yeah, that's that's my main one right there. She's like, get to the next topic. Thank you. I like that. So anyway, okay, let's get to the next topic, man. Golly, what was the next topic? I did kind of forget where we were. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, all right, let's go to it. All right. Okay, somebody's got some.
I hope I go back to slanging yayo.
I know, for real.
Yeah.
All right.
He about to start growing him some dreads.
Now I'm going to ask you guys a question, right? You know what I'm saying? Because we talk about everything here, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC, if we have to. Okay, but PlayStation's third-party relations boss quits without explanation. He just quits. And you know what I'm saying? I'm going to try to say his name. You know what I'm saying? So I was over here making fun of 100 earlier, but I'm going to try to say his name. Can I try it? Okay, all right. Okay, hashtag just let me be country. I'm just over here giving the disclaimer right now. Okay, the PlayStation's third-party relations boss, his name is Florian Hunzinger.
Damn. What, he from Europe or something?
I guess so. Anyway.
Oh my goodness.
Did I say it right, Delilah?
I don't even know.
I don't know.
I don't know who
it
is.
Well, all right, but let me just keep going.
I just hope you don't ever meet Matt Butt.
In our Twitter chat.
Okay, well, anyway.
I want to see how it looks written out.
Okay, it's FL.
Don't spell it out. Just
nobody can, right? Ain't got no pen, no paper.
Mega. I know who you're talking about. It's Florian Hunziker.
Thank you, Florian. Okay, now that sounds more familiar.
Florian Hunziker.
Good
pronunciation right there. He sound like he's from Hungary or Germany or some shit like that.
All right, but anyway,
that was amazing pronunciation.
That was sweet, boy. You got to have people with great pronunciation because
that grammar's amazing.
Anyway, so with that being said, with all this turnover going on with Sony, because Andrew House left.
Without explanation, that's weird. I'm sorry, it just is.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
I'm sorry.
But with so much turnover going on with PlayStation right now, is this a problem for the future? Because right now PlayStation is killing it. We all know that, right? But with all this turnover, could this lead to PlayStation going the opposite direction of having this dominance? Because look, I've been saying this. When Jack Tretton left, that was the soul of PlayStation. Then after that, you got Adam Boyes, you have Andrew House, you got now this gentleman.
Hang on, Megan. You said Adam Boyes, and Adam Boyes
is Adam Boyes.
Boys.
Yeah, I got to correct me. You got me on that first one. I'm gonna get you on one. I'm sitting here saying Boyes.
Adam Boyes, and you got people that were major parts of PlayStation. And now to see all this turnover, and this guy didn't give an explanation. He just left. Not to say also with all the people from the studios from Naughty Dog, and then also you got the stuff that's going on with Quantum, with people that made Beyond Human.
Quantum Dream.
Quantum Dream, yeah. I mean, all of this turnover and all this chaos right now going on. Could this affect Sony in the long run? I'm gonna go to you, E-Rock. You know what I'm saying? What do you think about this?
Nope, not at all. Okay. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, nothing is going to stop. I mean, we've been in this since 2013. Nothing's going to stop that train. I mean, PlayStation could basically, excuse my French, PlayStation could kill a hooker, and at this point, nothing's nothing. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be serious. What could PlayStation do at this point to stop that train? What can they do? Lose your information? Charge you for PlayStation that PlayStation service? What can they do to derail their momentum at this point? I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I equate PlayStation right now to being the MCU of video games. It doesn't matter the quality of the movies or the quality of the games or the quality of the service. Sometimes people decide to get behind a brand because somebody else is behind it, or my friend got a PlayStation, or my cousin's uncle's father's father, who's my father too, he's got a PlayStation. Nothing is gonna stop that train. Nothing. I mean, I'm just telling you what I see from a business standpoint. I don't see PlayStation executives leave positions all the time. There's so many zombies that are on board with PlayStation right now that PlayStation could literally come to each one of their houses and punch them in the face, and they'll still defend PlayStation. I've never seen anything like this because 2 years ago, I was upset with Phil Spencer, and I made a long video about why I felt he wasn't the right guy for the job. But these PlayStation dudes, they will never question Sony. So no, Kmega, I don't see there ever being a problem for PlayStation in the future because there's too many people that are just on board the train. I've never seen anything like it. These guys don't ask questions. These guys don't ask for refunds. These guys don't try to get a class action lawsuit. They don't do anything. Just give them some Japanese hand-me-downs and some I can't say the word here, but some Japanese crap. Give them some. I usually use the abbreviation because I'm horrible, but just give them some hand-me-downs. Just give them those hand-me-downs, and they're happy. Meanwhile, Xbox, we complained about Fable Legends being canceled. We had issue with Scalebound, even though we found out the reason why Scalebound was canceled. We had issue with the Master Chief Collection being buggy. We actually speak up. So no, Kmega, nothing's going to stop PlayStation. I hate to sound so ambivalent and so horrible, but can't nothing stop that train.
Hey, E-Rock, I know something that's going to stop that train.
What's
80 million. Once you hit that 80 million mark, that train going to slow down regardless. So
Chuck has been on this for the last 3 weeks, man. I'm telling you, he's making me a believer with this.
Man, but just look at no matter how you look at it, sooner or later, all the people that wanted a PlayStation gonna have a PlayStation. So once they hit the 80 million mark, it's just gonna be the stragglers that's getting PlayStations that's gonna get a PlayStation. Now, the Xbox is gonna start getting more momentum. I mean, same thing happened last generation, and we gonna come back. But the thing that's different, we coming back faster in this generation than PlayStation did in the last generation. So they make us more successful. So I'll like that. And if you look at the Nintendo, why you think they selling buku right now? Because you know what I'm saying, they wait, you know what I'm saying, people getting these consoles. So they got a long way to go. So it's gonna be a lot more people gonna grab it to the regular. I mean, I'm about to call it the regular Nintendo, the Nintendo Switch. But the Xbox, the momentum is steady building up. That PlayStation is finna level off, and ain't nothing they can do about it. Because that's why, you know, like, why even try it? Because once you sell it to everybody, what you gonna do? Sell them the same console twice? I mean, I get it, the Pro, but you know what I'm saying. In retrospect, I ain't just talking about the Pro because a lot of people ain't that stupid. They gonna talk stupid, but they really ain't that stupid.
No, they are. They are.
If you got a PlayStation, you know, I mean, especially right now, you think a person with a regular PlayStation, a PlayStation 4, is gonna go get a Pro? Hell no. Like, why? It don't make no sense. People is If I can't see it with my own two eyes, I don't care what the digital foundry say. If I can't see it with my own two eyes, it don't exist. So if I can't see it, it don't exist. So I don't care how big of a fanboy is. When it comes to my money, if it don't really exist, I might talk a lot. If I was a PlayStation person, I might talk a lot and say I'm gonna do this here. But in reality, it don't make no sense. So I give people the benefit of the doubt. They not stupid. Not 100% stupid. They may act stupid. They may talk stupid. They may do stupid things. But in reality, when it comes to their money, I don't think nobody gonna be stupid. So when that 80 million mark hit, watch how fast the Xbox starts shooting open numbers. They're gonna start winning NPD after NPD after NPD. I mean, that's why I don't really care about the NPDs. The most important number is who is on the Xbox Live, and it's the PlayStation now, and anything else is irrelevant.
Okay, all right.
Okay, good points.
A lot of good points. Okay, now look. Look, a lot. Okay, I got to say this though. You can't keep losing great talent and then just replacing it and thinking that it's just going to be the same engine to keep running. I mean, we look at it from we can look at it from the Xbox perspective. I mean, once they lost all that great talent, a lot of that marketing talent went over to Sony. Sony's killing it in marketing. Xbox was a shell of itself in marketing. You can look at sports. Look at teams that try to revamp themselves. And
forget about it. Yeah.
And then you know what I'm saying? Look, you can't. Okay, let me explain this to you. How important Adam Boyes was. He was the director of production at Capcom USA. Capcom USA at that time when he was running it was flawless. I mean, the Autumn issues, we all know. I mean, I guess it's so many great games from Capcom, the Street Fighters, all of that. And then you come and you look, and then he leaves, and then you get Street Fighter 5. Okay,
oh, man, that thing was a mess.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. The direction. Do you think Adam Boyes is already going to be the CEO of Iron Galaxy, and so he left. And look at how Street Fighter 5 was. I don't think if he was there that would have went that way. I mean, look at when Jack Tretton left. You think Jack Tretton would have sit next to the guy that made No Man's Sky and just lied to the people's face? Do you think he would have done that like Yoshida did? Come on, man.
Jack was at least straight up. Jack was a
straight up dude, man. He was the heart of PlayStation. That was when I was the PlayStation, the diehard
PlayStation 3, yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but PlayStation 1 all down 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? I was diehard. And then I was just like, oh, what's going on? This PlayStation doesn't seem the same to me, even though they were still coming out with games, but Twisted Metal wasn't the same. And then I was going to talk about this, but I'll just move on and probably send that to next week where David Jaffe was talking about Twisted Metal. There's just so many different things that could cause a lot of issues with losing a lot of talent like that, and then just thinking that you could just fill in the gaps with other people. So, Delilah, I'm asking you, where are you at on this? Does this make you a little nervous about the future of PlayStation?
A little bit. I mean, because you're right, they lose a lot of big people that's in high positions in a short amount of time. That could be scary for anybody. I mean, and for this guy to abruptly leave, normally in business that doesn't happen. Like, because typically in that type of stature, you got to at least put in a month before you can even say, forget 2 weeks. That's small talk. I'm talking about a month before you can transition someone else into that role effectively. Either, especially like, for instance, if they're going to a board or something like that, it takes longer than 2 weeks to get them up to speed on what's going on. And sometimes it takes longer than that, 6 months to make a transition, but somebody that's in an executive role just abruptly leave and then don't even announce where he's going. And he's getting a paycheck, it's probably family involved, something like that, and just to leave his job like that and without notice, that's just odd. That's very odd. And so I would be a little bit concerned as far as like a fan and of the top management, because you got turnover on top. Like everybody in top management is leaving as far as turnover is concerned. And if you keep looking at Sony's stock price, it ain't looking too nice. They're selling all these consoles, but everybody knows the console sales isn't where the money is. Software sales is where the money is. So they're probably making $2 a pop. We don't know how much they're making per console. So let's say you selling hand over fist, million over millions of consoles, but you're only getting a little bit of money on each console. Then that's not bringing enough. That's not putting you in black or making your bottom line great. So.
Right. Are you guys aware that this PlayStation brand must have sold their soul to Satan or whoever? You guys realize that a couple of years ago, I think Kmega and 100 could back this up. Their stocks were valued at the price of junk by the Japanese stock exchange. How does a company survive that? How?
Well, you gotta think.
Listen, E-Rock, the way they survived that.
The things that failed of their ventures at that time. Their insurance business was dying out. They're losing out on in cameras to dedicated camera companies like Canon, Nikon, and other big things, as well as their TVs. Their TVs still great. They're nice and all, but they're expensive to be expensive when you have TLC, LG, and Samsung dedicated in that space, making money and better products over what they're doing. Yes. Yeah, they're great and all, but they're $3,000 just to be $3,000 because it says Sony on it, where you can get a TV that does the same thing for $1,500.
Mm-hmm. And the way Sony survived that, they liquidated a lot of their assets.
Yeah,
so they have capital in order to, sustain the business that was making money, and that was PlayStation, right? So that's why if you remember last year, I think it was last year or the year before last, when they had combined all their entertainment groups into one, like they had a
division.
Yeah, one umbrella that's they just put them all in one, and they liquidated all the other assets. So I mean, that's how they was able to survive that, and that's why their stock price improved, because it's like, okay, well, Sony now look like they're focused, on what makes the money, and so it gets people buying more stock again, especially if they can get it at a cheap price. And that's
go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm done.
Okay, no. Plus, I was going to say then also just Sony, as North Korea spied on them. They got all that bad press. There was just a lot of factors that implemented as well for them to have such a bad stock. But advertising and people and these people just making the darling of this generation by just talking up everything that they do. Of course, that's going to give a lot of buzz. I mean, PlayStation is the darling of this generation. I mean, people could say it's the Wii of this generation or whatever, but PlayStation is doing its thing in sales. But it's just like I had this discussion with Porter Rock and them on multiplayer last year. And they were trying to argue me down and tell me that consoles makes the money. And I kept telling them software makes the money. As long as Xbox is making money off of DLC and things of that nature, then it is. And then also, let me make this point about game services, because I think people, when they hear that terminology, they get this perspective that that's a bad word. And all really game services is just to make games go past a 4-month threshold. If you play Call of Duty, you're playing a game with service. You're playing Horizon Zero Dawn, and you bought that DLC. The what is it? The
Frozen Lands or Frozen Wildlands, something like that.
That's a game with service. You bought the DLC to Neo, that's a service. To Nier Automata, that's a service, because you're buying something. Oh, Uncharted, when you bought that Legacy Uncharted, that's a service, because they want you to invest. That's why I said this a long time ago about Sony. I said the one thing that Sony hasn't grasped yet is all their single player content. They don't add enough DLC for their games to have longevity. Now they're starting to get it. And I think Xbox already has that nipped in the bud. Now just all the Xbox has to do is just bring those single player experiences to the fan base. So anybody else want to interject on this before we go to the next topic?
I want to say something real quick on this, Mega. And it's not good in the aspect of the fact is, as Delilah put it, it was sudden. One of your top executives just leaving suddenly. That's not a good picture or narrative to have floating around, especially when you think about Andrew House stepping down and the new guy who's taking over. I can't remember what's his name, but they had made that announcement months ago and been slowly inching into that transition. That's how it should be. But when one of your guys who are near him just ups and leaves and doesn't give any sort of announcement about it and not talking about it, that puts a bad image, because of the fact that one, as she put up too, they lost a lot of their big talent, a lot of people who made some of their founding franchises way back in the day stepping away, and seeing how they've grown it now, it's not the same. Like, as you put it, the new Twisted Metal, that was not the Twisted Metal people knew. Like, I didn't even know what that game was, and the online was just all over the place. That wasn't fun. No, it's not going to stop the sales because of the fact that it's still going as a juggernaut this generation, and people are still going to get behind it. However, I stand by what E-Rock and Triple Cup and them were saying, is that I don't think people are dumb. I don't think they're just going to start hopefully looking into it more and not just blindly following it, because of the fact that when you had that blind loyalty to it, you stop paying attention to what's going on. Like the fact that a lot of the games that they're getting out this generation have skipped 2 or 3 generations. Look at The Last Guardian, right? That was announced back during the PS2 and was supposed to come out on the PS3. Then was silent all during the PS3 era, and then announced at the end that it's going to come out to PS4, and then waits after the launch of the PS4 to come out almost 3 to 4 years later. And when it does come out, there's no fanfare. There was very little talks of it. The game was subpar. It's like, what was it doing for nearly a decade to turn out like this? They can laud all these.
They just, I feel like they just want to shove out.
No support for them, and then no sort of marketing for them. Look at what happened with No Man's Sky. It was supposed to be this big indie that was being treated as a AAA, and as soon as that crashed and burned, they quickly turned tail and said, we had nothing to do with that. We weren't supporting what they were doing. We were just doing the marketing. That's them. They need to get certain things right, and I'm glad that there's a lot of changes happening, especially with like God of War and other couple things. I'm glad that they're continuing and they're making changes, because games need to evolve and change over time. But when people are just blindly like accepting anything that's thrown at them, that's where it's messed up on it.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, and I have to agree. I think, look, there's Xbox fans out there that walks blind. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, there's some of us out there that bless their heart, little tink tink. You get out there and start saying, Psycho. What was that? What's that game from that was in the beginning of the launch? Psycho, whatever.
Local Psycho.
Yeah. Loco Psycho. That's the game of the year. Xbox wins.
Look, that game was funny, but it wasn't no game of the year. I can tell you that.
Oh no, calm down.
I got all the achievements to beat that game in 3 hours.
Screen Ride. I put in 100 hours of Screen Ride. You don't know anything about it, ponies. Yeah, look, calm down. Look, stop embarrassing yourself, because you sound like those people that bring out those long ass PlayStation 4 lists or the list that comes out every year, and then 90% of those games that they talk about, they don't ever talk. I mean, that they show, they don't ever talk about.
They don't buy them.
They don't buy them. They wait for the one that will sell well, and then next, I told you, game of the year. Shut up. Anyway, Live, did you want to bring anything to the table on this aspect, or do you want to move on to the next topic?
I'll just say this real quick. As far as the PlayStation losing,
they're probably grilling or something, so I wasn't going to ask him.
Yeah, besides aside from the fact that
I get too. That's what I get. Skip me.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to lose its stride. They have a blueprint for a while, so the only thing is, like, even with the guy leaving and all that shit, you're not going to really feel the effects of that until a ways down the line, if you do feel any effects at all. Right. And right now they have their blueprint of what they want to do. It's just basically make their games, their style, their third person cinematic style, and that's what they're going to do. Like, I think the thing that people kind of forget is that PlayStation kind of found success in desperation. Because what happens is a lot of these movie studios that are like shit in the bed for them and weren't successful. Shit, dude, they just had what was that movie that just came out that had that big ass budget and flop, like fell flat on his face.
Ghostbusters.
Blade Runner. No.
Blade Runner was good, but thing about Blade Runner, it was Sony everything in that damn movie. It was Sony.
I've heard mixed reviews on that movie, but I'm still gonna watch it because it looks.
Everyone who's watched it says it's phenomenal, but it's the fact of just how it involves Sony.
I've heard 2 people at work today tell me that it sucked. It was stupid. They didn't understand it. But
I can see how people on both sides feel that. Like, I think you can have 2 people come to and watch that movie, and then both come away feeling completely different from that movie. You know,
well, see, you got to think about this too. Did they watch part 1? And they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I watched part 1 many times.
He's like, yeah, hell yeah, because I asked him that. I said, did y'all see part 1? The first guy, he was like, no. And I was like, you gotta watch the first one to understand the second one.
Maybe. But
and then the other guy was like, hell yeah, I watched it the night before. I rented that motherfucker. That's how they talk at work. So I was like, all right, cool. So I was like, all right, man.
Well, Meg, I'll put it this way: I like 2001. You know, I'm old. I like 2001 Lost Odyssey, but I love 2010. Think about it. I put them in the same book. Some people like 2001. Some people like 2010.
I just think that they're too different.
So far off. Yeah, they're so far off to a certain thing. They still have same characters. They mention old characters and everything.
All right, we getting off point 100. We getting off point.
I'll be quiet.
I mean, the movie does look too different.
They got the Smash podcast tomorrow. They got the Smash podcast. They talk. That's what they talk about. That's what they talk about.
Smash podcast, and then Triple Cups podcast. What's the name of your podcast, bro?
Vibration.
The vibration, and the
Smart Vibration podcast, and the Smash.
The Smash and the both down with the Intro Media Gaming family. So you got to check that. You don't want to hear that fanboy stuff, man. Go ahead and listen to that comic book stuff, man. That's what they be on, man. Anyway, I'm going left. See, I was talking about people going left. See, with Delilah, why you didn't stop me?
Man, I'm just listening at this point.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me. I need my backbone to help me out. See, Infamous would already. Anyway, all right. We'll keep going live.
So anyway, what I was saying is because of the failure of some of their movies, they can still what I'm observing what they're doing is they're just applying their movie studios to their video games. That's why they're able to really kind of do these turnarounds and do a lot more of these cinematics. Like, I mean, because think about it, like all that stuff that they do in the games is the same shit that they would normally put in their movies. I mean, you keep it. I mean, to me, it's a good get because you keep those studios open and you keep, keep your employees employed. You know, as long as they buy the games, why not? And shit, in some cases, you could making a movie is, can be more expensive than the game at some aspects, but then you might see way less profits.
Yeah.
You know.
So, Kmega, let's go ahead and go to topic 4, which is the Quantum Dream.
I like that.
Keep it moving. Just keep it moving.
Right, keep it moving. Yeah, because Tom running out. All right.
She keep it moving.
Yeah, because you know what? These were really all her suggestions, so she really wants to hear everything. So, say shout out to Delilah over here bringing out the suggestions. Okay. Anyway, okay. Did Sony blacklist a French journalist over the Quantum Dream case that's pending right now?
Quantum Dream.
The sexual allegations and pretty much negative workplace.
Racist. Dude was going.
Detroit too.
Remind me of that episode of Law and Order I was just watching.
Okay, well, check it out. Like this.
That subject.
Okay, well, hold on. Check this out, though. This is reports from some of the employees from the guy that's bringing out Detroit Quantum Brain. From the head. What is his name? David Cage. That's his name.
Cage. Yep.
And he's basically the guy that the employees filed a complaint. There was this reporter there was this French reporter that kind of broke it open. He's a gaming French reporter, and allegedly Sony blacklisted him. Now there was reports that saying Sony, there was some kind of PR thing that said that they didn't blacklist him, but then he hasn't had any access to anything else. So
can't get into anything.
Nothing. So
straight blacklisted.
Yeah, straight blacklisted.
But they was grabbing pie. They was grabbing strudel.
Oh, well, no, hold on. So this guy, it's noted for his hostile treatment of workers, and the boss who subjects his employees to strenuous work hours and does not accept any opinion. Has earned himself the nickname as Papa, God, and Sun King. Also, like he would make references to homosexuals. He would bring racial type of stuff, and then also some kind of crazy thing. Can you clarify this? Paraphernalia? What is that?
Paraphernalia. You're bringing that at the job?
Yeah, like he's bringing stuff. Yeah, so like, is that animal stuff?
No. Paraphernalia is anything that's like contraband. Sometimes
paraphernalia. Okay,
tobacco.
Okay,
stuff like that.
Okay, yeah. So they token up. Okay, got my bad. Let me be
token.
All right, so yeah, I'm over here thinking there was some kind of like other term. Never mind. So anyway, so he's so he gets mad.
That's a perfect work environment.
Yeah. So anyway, like there's a couple of people out here to be excited.
Come in through a dildo on the table. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, I heard that he also was doing jokes to put animals. Like animals having sex with people or some kind of crazy stuff. I don't know.
They had this folder going around the office of just degrading people and stuff like that.
Yeah. So anyway, it did. So I'm just asking the panel. Y'all could all shoot in. Well, I should go to you, Delilah, because you're the one that brought it to my attention first. What is your thoughts on this? Do you think that these allegations is real? What will this do?
I don't know. It makes me wonder because of the fact that if you didn't have anything to hide, why blacklist the guy? Like, if you didn't have anything to hide, you're saying that these allegations are false, but it's more than one person that's come forward. Why blacklist the guy who whistleblowed on the situation? You know what I mean? Why do that? Just do your own internal investigation, get your lawyers involved, but don't blacklist the guy. He has a job to do. Clearly, some people opened up to him for him to even report on the story, and he made sure he had enough credibility to even air the story. So, I mean, come on, man. I feel like this seems like more of an inside job kind of deal. They're trying to cover their tracks, so to speak, and want to get him out of the, discredit him so that the story itself won't take hold. But that's just my opinion.
Well, it could be true, but also could be like drama sales though. This game
might sell, but at the same time, if this dude was really doing that, if he was, I mean, come on, you got more than one person saying something about it too.
I mean, look at it from the angle of if he hit at them, they just hit back. So if he did all this, let's say if it was a lie, they're like, oh, you want to play with us? Blacklist him everywhere.
Right.
I mean, it could have been just something simple as that, or it could have been some deep, or conspiracy theory stuff, but it could have been just something simple as you strike at me, I strike back.
But what I find interesting is that Sony hasn't even given like an official statement on it, about, these allegations are false, blah, blah, blah. Now, David Cage has said some things.
I mean, hey, Sony ain't say nothing about when they try to copyright Let's Play. You think they're going to say something about this?
Well, okay. Where's these allegations happening at, for one? Because Sony is a Japanese company.
At Quantic, the development studio.
So where is that? So if it's not in their world, they're not going to talk about it. They're gonna be quiet.
But they got studios all over the world.
I understand. No, I understand it. But as business, their attorney's not telling them not to say anything. They're not going to come out and say a statement about nothing because, for one, is their country deals with stuff different than what other countries.
I mean, I guess you can look at it like
it's their studio. Yeah, they're and worst case scenario is we had nothing to do with it. They can give him the what? They can sit there and say, do they own that studio, or that studio was just a third party doing a game for them?
I think they own part.
I think they own Quantic Dream.
Okay, so worst case scenario, they can just ask him out. Like, okay, we got the information. Sometimes it's good to just be quiet. Just to be quiet.
Yeah, but when you always quiet, you're always showing that if there's these stories coming out, then you don't ever say anything or address it. People are looking like, what's going on? Why isn't anyone saying anything? Because it always looks like something shady. Yeah, there's times when being silent is the best approach, but as we've seen, especially in the industry like this, being quiet doesn't always help any situation, especially once it starts getting picked up and starts showing around. And then you doing something like this, where after the guy airs the story, you blacklist him.
But look,
but you don't come out about an address like say no, that wasn't true. None of that happened.
Whenever Sony came out,
no, because think about this.
Sony comes out and say numbers.
Naughty Dog. They addressed that there was the issues going on at Naughty Dog that they heard about, and they got ahead of that. Why are they not doing the same thing? With
where Naughty Dog is at? LA.
Well, there's a lot of people that's left, but that's still. But you were saying that was in Japan, though. But you were saying
no, they got Sony. They don't have. I don't think they got a Sony European. Is it something to say Sony?
Quantic Dream is in Europe.
Yeah, they're in
Europe. They're in Europe. So is it a Sony?
Europe when it comes to their
but is it a Sony? It's a Sony. It's a Sony place that is Sony European. Just like they got.
I'm sure that they have a. They have. They don't fall under.
They don't fall under the same law. That's what I'm just trying to say. They don't fall under the same laws. Like everyone else. Like okay, they have Sony America out here. So. Yeah, with that, they had to say something because they're under American laws. They might not be under European law over there. So they really don't have nothing to say.
Laws and American laws is damn near the same almost.
No, they're totally not.
No, matter of fact, they're more stringent on racial profiling and things out there.
Yeah, but you got to understand, if Sony doesn't have something, all right, Mega, I have an American company, right? You know what I'm saying? But I do business with the Europeans, right? I do that. But I don't have a real headquarters. I don't have a say that this
Sony
is my
has
company.
Headquarters in Europe. They have a big base out there.
Are there? Yeah, but do it say
base out there?
If it's part of Sony America and it's part of Sony, it's just like you. It's like a UN base, like the UN. You got UN bases everywhere. But if that person do something, they're under that country's law. They're under that country's law. But the thing about it is, the UN ain't gonna come to help them. Just because
the UN ain't gonna come and help them. If they're part of the UN, their statutes.
My bad.
Come on,
I'm talking about a concept. I'm talking about like what's the other?
But Bone, you saying that they under American laws and all this and that, but it's sexual allegations.
Yes,
that's nearly universal.
Yeah, that's not universal. Like okay, if it was
that's not man, because you gotta think about that. That's not saying in the States you can't touch a person anywhere, but you go over to Ireland or to France or anyone say it's okay to touch a person here, here, and here in the office. No, that's always a given universally across anywhere. You don't do that.
I mean, that's
more than just that. It's more than just the sexual allegations too. It's more it's degrading co-workers and stuff like that.
It's humiliation and those kind of things. That's not cool.
Okay, so check it out. So David Cage responded by defending the statements as ridiculous, absurd, and grotesque. He also gave the following statement. You want to talk about homophilia? I worked with Ellen Page. Oh, it's nice. It's homophobe.
It's a homophilia. That's a word.
Okay, let me be country. I'm sorry.
It's a word.
I was wrong.
No, that's a word. That's a word. That's a word.
Okay, homophobia. Okay, whatever the case may be. Damn it. Okay, because what they do, they got the words blurted out. They don't have the word completely spelled out. So I'm over here doing the best I can, and I'm drinking. So okay, all right. So anyway, so he says, I work with Ellen Page, who fights for LBG rights. And then he says, you want to talk about racism? I work with Jesse Williams, who fights for civil rights in the USA. Judge me by my word for my part. And so anyway, he denies all allegations and assures that these are false claims. But regardless, look, they say that this guy's a hothead. They say this guy has been this way for a very long time. And if he's been getting away with this behavior, I don't know why anybody would think that he would try to change it. And of course, now since he got this big budget game coming out, he wants this game to sell like hotcakes, and he don't want anything to happen. And so does Sony, because they've invested their money into this property thinking that this is going to be a blockbuster, and it's just a big mess. I mean, I don't know, man. It just
if the allegations is real, he's out. That's the point about it. Is that simple? He's out. If the allegations is real, he getting that L. Goodbye. Now he might get a severance pay, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that, but he's out. But you know what I'm saying, like you say, it's allegations. We don't know what the hell happened. We ain't there. You know what I'm saying? The reporter is getting his source. You got to understand, sometimes sources lie too.
Okay. Well, anyway.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, I don't know. You start talking about the UN and they don't have statutes and
no, I ain't talking about. I'm in the constant. You know what you got. You know, the United States got these what you call it in these different countries. I forgot the name, man.
To the next topic.
Hey, you know, if it involves Sony, you know how I feel about it. Guilty.
Guilty. Send them down. Okay, all right. Let's move on to the next one. All right.
You gotta go to bed.
I'm here. That's what I'm saying. We only got about 7 minutes left, man. We got to get on out of here. All right.
20 more topics.
No, we got 4 more topics, but we'll be quick on them. Nintendo Labo.
Man, we don't care, man. You talking about some cardboard, man. Move on.
It's great until people start printing their own stuff and then boom.
Man, come on. We don't care about no damn cardboard. It better be recycled.
I can see right now E-Rock and LiveWire grabbing some markers and coloring up their
talk about some cardboard
boxes.
Man, it's for kids, but you know, parents they ain't gonna be making their own stuff, man. Yeah, it's gonna make some money. Depends on how cheap they make it.
Idea.
It's $70. It's $70 for 3 pieces. I'll go buy Lego. I'll go buy Lego before I go buy that. $70.
If I was a parent,
it is recycled cardboard.
We make them.
No, but no what? I'm gonna give them. Hang on. I'm gonna give them one first. They said they'll give you the blueprints online, so you only got to buy the cardboard. They did say that.
Cardboard, bro.
It's still cardboard, though.
I said that too. I had people tell me I was crazy.
$30 for cardboard.
No, David. I ain't got no pre-order.
Hey, could you explain to the people exactly what it is?
Okay, it's a man, it's okay. It's a cardboard. It's a cardboard, and you make it into. You get these printouts, I guess, of whatever you want to.
The arts and crafts for Nintendo.
Yes, arts and crafts. That's exactly what it is. And then you can put like your Switch controllers into it, and even the Switch device.
Man, that bullshit.
And you can make it into any kind of like group, whatever.
It was April Fool's joke that was earlier.
Oh man, they were showing a guy walking around. He was punching stuff. He was transforming. They were showing another guy with a fishing rod. Yeah, they were showing another person with
a piano. What the hell?
Motorcycle, the piano, and they actually made it sound like that they were actually playing the piano, and I'm like. It was just cardboard. I said, "This is cardboard." Like,
oh man, don't hate. Those are toys.
And dig this: the Nintendo fans, and a lot of these people are 48 years old. Okay, the Nintendo fans are defending this. They came into my comment section like gangbusters. Well, you don't understand the creativity that it's going to create. I said. Man, you are 48 years old. I could imagine that. Dude, can you imagine that conversation at E3? So Nintendo, any chance you'll join EA and sell loot boxes? No, cardboard boxes. Like, are you serious? This is actually a thing. This is the first time I will be in agreement with Black Bond, and Solid Rev mentioned this also. Yo, man, if Nintendo gets away with this, they've got to be some of the craftiest MFers in the history of gaming to get these grown-ass people to pay $70 for a Happy Meal box.
No, E-Rock.
No. But he's right though. Like whenever they try to do that before with the Move and connecting other things, they got called out on it. But the second we start selling cardboard and call it a product because of the fact that it's going to make some games fun, what's that? I could do that by ordering my TV and playing with the box. It's called imagination. It's what we've been talking about for years. Hoop in a ring. Just slap that with a stick and you good.
Guys, cardboard.
You're not paying for the cardboard. You're paying for the software. That was somebody explaining to me today.
What software?
Man, come on.
Software. Ain't
no.
Man,
look.
Visible well. That's what you're paying.
Yeah, man, you paying for the. Okay, look. Man. I can't even really talk about it because when I seen it, because I was listening to other people talk about it, and I was like, oh, it can't be that bad. And then I'm looking at it. I watched it like 6 times because I'm like, nah, man, there's some angle to this, bro.
You couldn't wrap your head around it.
But they make it. This ain't for you. This is for the kid.
No, this is for kids.
Man, there's some people who could be lying.
This is man children. This is
man children. No. All right, let me rephrase that.
Son right now. He'll tell me, Dad, are you crazy? Are you smoking drugs?
Yeah, but
right now, I put my son like, hey, you saw that cardboard? Dad, are you all right?
I don't see many girls playing Mario like that.
No, but you know what? What do we have back in the day? Was that Erecto set or something? At least that was made out of metal. It wasn't made out of cardboard. When we had the model, you built Model Ts, stuff like that. You glue stuff together.
Yeah, man.
That was something. That was a hobby. Mess. Yeah, but you saying cardboard? I made a joke earlier in Moose thing. I said, "This shit is recyclable or something."
Well, listen,
that's another thing. What if you rip? What if you accidentally rip your cardboard?
You gotta buy another one.
Do you got? I mean, just think about this. Comprehend this for a second. When you go and buy this device, when you go and let's say GameStop, Best Buy, wherever, right? And you put a warranty on it. Can you realize that you're putting warranty on cardboard? How are they? I mean, will they really replace it?
Megan, I'm telling you, this is not for you. This is for kids and adults that want to play with kids. This is who it's for.
Stop it! You're being messy.
I'm just saying, who else is going to play with that shit? But
what if it was wet?
That's another thing. When it gets wet,
matter of fact, hang on. Did McDonald's used to give you something in the Happy Meal? This was made out of something like that, but this
even that was plastic.
Yeah, that was
what I'm trying to say.
Man, this is just, like they say, man, this is just like South Park all over again. This awesome.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good up until people start printing their own stuff, and then people gonna be printing their own.
No, they said they was gonna give you. No, they said you go online and get the blueprint. And you can get your own cardboard to do it, but if you want to buy it, but my thing is what's the difference? Like, okay, if I go to Home Depot, right, and I go buy a barbecue pit, right? Most people don't want to build that shit. What you gonna do? Have somebody build it for you? So a lot of people gonna be on eBay buying people this. You want a fishing wheel? I better build it already. $200.
Number one, that should look hella complicated anyway. That shit got
it don't even look fun to make. Like, I mean, come on. It just, I don't know, man. Anyway, it's not me. I mean, let's move on to the next topic.
It's for the kids. It's for the kids, King.
Hey, okay, look. Okay, this is what we're gonna find out right here. Hey, for everybody in the chat, please. Somebody over here, Kids Move in the house, man. Big shout out to Kids Move. Somebody asked Kids Move, did you pre-order? Everybody in the chat, man, let me know if you're gonna buy the Labo. And
$70.
No, it's the Labo. It's the Labo.
The Labo. I say, Labo. Got me saying Labo. The Labo. Give me with the one for yes and two for no. All right, here we go. Next topic.
What is it? One for yes, two for no.
Yeah, one for yes, two for no. Hit one or two. Anyway, so let's go to the next one.
Wait,
yeah, I know. It's 10:30 now. God dang it!
Come on, man. I gotta get back on Star Force, man.
DBZ Fighters matchmaking issues. Can the devs fix the problem before next week?
Hell no, fuck that shit.
Man, can I touch this here?
Yeah, touch it.
On this game to say I ain't did shit. Man, if they don't fix this shit, I'm not buying this shit. I mean, my bad for the language, but anytime you own a video game and I get into a game and I wait for a match for 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Now that in game of life, with 30 minutes trying to play, that's a lifetime.
Man, you got it though.
Man, look. But you got to think too that there's other aspects. We only got a little bit, and that was the online. But no, that was only the world match, which is all across, which is the ranked and casual. However, I said before that the arena matches may be internal lobby matches, so you can play those with people. And then there's still the story mode as well as the arcade mode.
Well, you seeing all this shit? Because I look for everything, man. I couldn't get into nothing.
No. I'm saying that the only thing that was open in the beta was the online, which is for casual and ranked. However, the arena match, that area in that middle right there in the ring, is supposed to be for strictly lobby matches in the lobbies that you're in.
Ain't none of that
trying to make. Yeah. The thing is though, is that it's still gonna have a lot more to it. But I agree that the netcode needs to get fixed. And Arc System has done things before with the old Blaze Blue games. However, they never brought over a Guilty
Gear, Xbox,
but they've always had shit netcode, and they need to fix it. But even with that aspect, look at Tekken. Tekken doesn't have the best netcode, but it still sells. Fighters is still going to sell. I guarantee it. But they need to get their shit straight on the netcode, because how is it that the PlayStation is having no issues and yet Xbox
the PlayStation had issues. Everybody had issues.
The first beta, it was PlayStation didn't really have it. We all caught that hell this time.
Yeah.
And like I said, I sit there and made a video and was in the practice zone for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Waiting on the match.
And had a person say, damn, you good.
I got a few matches myself, but I agree. They need to fix the netcode.
Yeah, the
is it going to be fixed in a week? I doubt it, but
hang on. It's 2018. It's 2018. Come on, come on. You need to do better. You already knew you fucked up with these other damn games. Come on, we got to keep it real on these developers. See, y'all get mad, y'all cry. Yeah, but y'all cry when they get fired. Oh, somebody get fired right now. Glad I ain't they boss, because I'm on the borderline. Like, man, this is one of the greatest games. People love Dragon Ball, and my shit ain't up to par. No, I'm about to start getting pink slips out. You know what I'm saying? Buying out contracts. You know what I'm saying? See who want to buy this shit, because this is I could where it is right now. I would not put that out right now. I will actually.
I don't think it's gonna shift like that. I just think that, it's a lot of hacking going on. Like someone just mentioned that they had to change their region in order to get on to a certain point. It's ridiculous.
Mega sitting there kicking with the Chinese and shit.
Yeah, I was like, hell with this. I'm finna go with the Chinese. I know that they got better internet than I ass, so I'm finna go play with them.
Yeah, Mega got like a couple of games with the Chinese.
I did. I played like
I tried to go with the Europeans. I go with the Europeans. I came back to the US people.
The Japanese, not the Chinese.
The Japanese.
Cut to the white meat. You say the wrong shit to the wrong man. What's wrong with you?
Hey, but don't it look like the anime though when you actually get into a match?
Yeah,
it look great.
It's beautiful.
It look beautiful.
The game is great. I mean, and then when you actually fight in the game, everything about the game is great. Now, look, it is. I never got the whole arena walking around. Even with the other Dragon Ball Z game that's out, Xenoverse. I don't know why you got to walk around and stuff. Let's just get to the action. I understand that that's part of the lore or something, whatever like that. But but I had a lot of fun playing the game, and I really want this game really bad. But if that net code is not bad, the net code is not better, that matchmaking is not suitable, I'm gonna have to get it on PC, because I think it was playing well on PC from my understanding. And if not, then I might just have to wait, because I can't. And I might just get Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter comes out the same week. So it comes out.
Monster Hunter gonna go live, bro.
Yeah. So, but I want that DBZ Fighters, because I think that's a great game to start. GRG game night. Shameless plug. Anyway,
it is a good game because it has the aspect to be real complicated for good competitive fighters, but it's accessible. It's not overly complicated like Street Fighter can be, and even Killer Instinct, and a lot of those that have that deep learning curve. It's knowing 4 buttons and knowing how to alternate between them, and then just learning what the triggers do. That's it. But you could do so many crazy cool things once you understand the basics.
Yeah, it's a lot of strategy behind it. It's just like the old Marvel vs. Capcom. Actually, kind of like how Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Yeah,
it felt like 2.
Yeah, it feels a lot like 2. It's really it's well balanced. It's really good. But anyway, let's move on to the next topic, and that is Platinum Games is working on an open world RPG, and that they're also wanting to they're developing and publishing their own game, but nobody knows what that game will be. So I'm going to go to you, Delilah, and get your thoughts on this. You know what? Was this Xbox money that helped with this?
It's so crazy. I don't. You gotta think about it. Platinum has worked with a ton of different other publishers from Nintendo. They still working with Nintendo for Bayonetta 3, and so they're normally doing a lot of second party work, I like to call it. So I think this is great for them to be able to branch out and do their own you know, essentially like first party games for their own studio or games from their own studio. That's they, you know, where they own the IP and it gives them a little bit more security, if you will. So I think this is good for them. I'm definitely excited to see what they come out with. Um, I just find it interesting that a lot of people try to throw shade on Platinum because of the whole Microsoft deal with Scalebound. When I mean, Nintendo's still able to partner with them, no problem. So, I mean,
Of course.
Yeah.
They both live over in the land of the rising sun. Why wouldn't they partner with Platinum Games?
see, I wouldn't necessarily just go
Of
do
course. Come on. Xbox family, come on.
We all know it's true because the Japanese are
Thank
very
you.
nationalist people.
Yeah.
They're very open to trusting other Japanese companies that they trust. Now, when they deal with Xbox, it was hard for them because of the fact that they can't always take a risk with a big American company that isn't solid there in Japan. That's why they can easily trust Sony, because of the fact that Sony's a Japanese brand trusted worldwide. That's why they get all those third parties.
Yeah, that is true. And well, I don't.
Well, like I said, I think it's good for Platinum. Good for them because they need their own games.
I agree that Platinum is well off, and I'm glad that they're doing their own self-publishing, because now they're going to do AA games, which is great. That fits them. I was like, but the thing is, a lot of people are like pushing them now because they're just like, well, Platinum was on this decline that they nearly went bankrupt after Scalebound. It's because of what all the rumors and stuff that was coming out and what was going on behind the scenes. Yeah, they got cut from Microsoft with that deal with that game because they weren't even using it for the game. They had 4 other games that came out in the same period that they were working on that. What was going on with that?
Yeah.
Instead of working on Scalebound, Platinum Games was busy doing several other games. The boss was claiming he was schizophrenic. Microsoft would call and be like, hey, guys, how's Scalebound going? Have you improved anything since E3 2014? Oh, hold on 1 minute. I'm ordering my Uber ride right now. I mean, these guys are over there ordering Ubers and pizzas. And come on, man. And no matter what Platinum Games is working on, you know it's not coming to Xbox. If you're an Xbox fan, we should not mention Platinum Games anymore.
Yeah, because the last good things that we got from them, we got the first Bayonetta, Vanquish, which was a great sleeper hit, and then Metal Gear Rising. Yeah. Other than that, what else have we gotten on the Xbox from Platinum?
And now this is another thing before we get on to the next topic, or unless somebody else want to interject, but I think we understand why the head of Platinum Games was having a nervous breakdown. Is because he was working also on another open world RPG, and it looks a lot like Scalebound, but it's dope. It is dope. Now it doesn't have dragons. It's actually from a mobile fantasy RPG, and it's called what is it called? Grand Blue Fantasy Project Relinked.
Yeah, Grand Blue.
Yeah. You better look it up. It's dope. It's fire. It looks really good, and it has a lot of similarities to. Come on now, who was that? Live? Got to be Live.
All kinds of shit.
Let me guess what platform is coming on.
Yeah, well, this game here is an open world. It's an open world RPG. It looks dope. Go look it up. It's called Garlands. Well, I forgot what it was called again. Grand Blue Project Relink. It looks dope. I watched it and I'm like, damn. I hope this game comes to Xbox, but it might just be a PlayStation 4 PC exclusive. At least
I can guarantee you.
And it sucks because that game I think a lot of people would enjoy because it has a lot of that type of similarities to what Scalebound was going to be like. But anyway,
it look very Japanese-y.
Yeah, it's very Japanese.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, it's dope.
Look, yeah, I don't know if it's coming to Xbox. It might be too much Japanesey in it.
Well,
crazy.
Well, but we also got to think too is that Microsoft kept the Scalebound IP as well as the trademark and all that, so they may bring that back.
Scalebound is coming back. I'm telling you, Delilah don't believe.
Man, I don't. Where you get your sources from? Because I don't.
listen.
They're shown multiple times on the trademark website.
I don't.
Are you just walking on? You walking on hope? Like
no.
Because Delilah, girl, I want to say this. Why would they continue to keep the trademark and keep renewing the license?
They don't want to take over their hard work and put investment into it.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that
first of all,
I think it's out of spite because they ain't trying to have
no, but the thing is, they kept the assets, the IP, the trademark, everything. They kept it, and they did the same
ton of IP. Why we'll have a Crimson Sky sequel? I mean, they own that. They ain't did nothing with that.
You don't know if they're gonna make a. I mean, look, there's a reason why
I'm trying to get you to understand. Because they own something, don't mean they're gonna do something with it.
You're not wrong.
But I'm thinking the same thing when I said
they still use them though. Look at what they're doing with Fable. With all these
now,
look at them.
Fable is being made.
Exactly, but that's what I'm saying is that a lot of this things too is coming out is that they're rebuilding it, yes, but they still have all those leftover assets from Fable Legends, and they still have all that stuff.
They're not gonna do anything. Scalebound's dead.
Scalebound is not dead now.
Hey, Delilah, I got a good source. You know, what I'm saying in the industry. You know, what I'm saying that is myself. I believe in, you know, so I talked to a couple of my sources, you know, I said, you know, I got on that down, you know, I said on the walls, you know, and you got to believe, you got to wish into existence. You know, I'm from the Triple B camp. You got to wish into existence.
All right, well, let's believe to the last topic and then get out of here. But Scalebound is coming back. I think it'll be a launch.
I'm real crazy right now.
I think it'll be a launch title for the new Xbox 2, baby. You heard it here first.
Y'all motherfuckers just tripping.
You see Lost Odyssey 2 before you see Scalebound.
So you say we'll see what?
Lost Odyssey 2 before you see Scalebound.
Oh, I would love that. Either one would be fantastic. But you know, I gotta have that Scalebound though.
I'm just saying they own that name too, don't they? None capping with it. Next.
You don't know what's gonna. You don't know what Xbox is doing.
Let's go next topic. Let's go ahead on.
Come on, man. I gotta get on the game.
I gotta go to bed. I'm gonna be so.
Yo, I gotta hit that IHOP, bro. Come on.
Okay. You've been doing all this talking. What you talking about, young buck? Come on, anyway, the baddest man alive. Listen, you would want this man to be probably your granddaddy. You know what I'm saying? Because this man is one of the baddest dudes ever. Look, this dude is a beast. Let me tell you about this. Let me tell you about this story, right? This is a feel-good story right here because this is not, you know, but look, what the new Kratos would only wish to be like this man. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. 73-year-old man riding a motorcycle. And his name is Jim. And Wes Giplin. He's from Australia. He rides his motorcycle. Yeah, hold on, listen. He rides his motorcycle last month looking for grasshoppers for his farm when he hits a divot and he goes flying off his handlebars. He landed on his head and he broke his neck. Dude broke his neck. All right, hold on. This gets better. The new Kratos killed him. The new Kratos would love to be this dude. Hold on, listen to this.
He said he get better.
It gets better.
ain't no worse.
Hold on. Listen to this.
I know, right? Your neck broke.
And when he realized he was still alive, he knew he had to get himself home so he could call for help. But because his neck was broken, his head wouldn't stay up. So the man's head was just pointed down. He couldn't move up. He couldn't move his head up and down. It was just broke.
Man, this is a sad story.
So come on. So listen to this, man. This is what the new Kratos would love to be.
This ain't Sunday.
This is Sunday morning. Listen.
Who found this shit? You found this shit?
This is a real story. Go look it up. Let me finish the story. So he grabbed his hair to hold his head up straight, got back on his bike, and drove himself home about a mile to his house in excruciating pain and called for help. And now the man was taken to the hospital where he was found that he had 2 fractured vertebrae, had surgery, and now the man is expected to have a full recovery. He's 73 years old. This is what the new Kratos would love to be. A real one.
Wow.
I'm
so
I don't even got to take
That's badassery. That man's bloodline. Watch out for that
Wow.
bloodline.
He had himself by his own hair with his neck broken, but he couldn't move.
Yeah, his hair couldn't move, so he grabbed his hair.
How he grabbed his hair if he can't move?
No, bro, he can move. He couldn't move his head. His head was just pointed down. He could. It was limp. So he grabbed his hair and lifted his head up. That was like some
Death Becomes Her type shit.
Yeah, that dude's a monster.
Was he on cocaine or sherm?
Oh my God, this 73-year-old man that was living a farm, man. He
walking around just looking at his shoes all day. It's like, damn, man.
I'm sit there. Yeah, I'm gonna grab my hair.
So anyway, so I'm just saying, the new Kratos and God of War would love to be the real one, because the old Kratos would have done that in a heartbeat. He would have broke his neck and just walked to the walk to the hospital.
Yeah, those are to all my Negro friends.
Oh man,
NRG.
Okay,
that story.
That story was important to me, man. It was important to me.
I meant to use that story though for like to take shots at PlayStation.
I'm not surprised at this story.
I'm not taking shots at PlayStation. I'm not taking no shots at PlayStation. I'm taking a shot at Kratos, but I mean this little soft ass Kratos. Son, I will teach you the way so I can throw my axe and then walk back. And then show you
Listen. See, all Americans don't know those Australians over there. They got big bones. That's how they forced the Aborigines off their land. The Aborigines tried to break all them Australians' necks. But they got them big old thick bones, so they're not going nowhere.
It's a lot of history. It's a lot of history too of how the Australians were. The Australians, they were prisoners, and they got exiled to Australia. Because
you can't kill them niggas. I mean, excuse me.
See, there you go. And see, so
what's up all day?
Man, you got insects, you got spiders that run your ass down and bite you and chew on your ass. You just think with all the wildlife. A kangaroo. Have you seen the nails on a grown adult kangaroo?
That's why I be in my house playing the game.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
So I don't give a care about no kangaroo. I don't mess up. Look, I live on Australia than you. Anyway. I don't like animals.
Okay, so I'm just shout out to the Australians and shout out to maybe that's where Santa Monica should have went. Is got the mythology from the Australians, because that's a real one right there. Anyway, let's get it.
You really took the shit to Australia with kangaroo?
Hey man, that dude is a real one, man. You gotta give props to that dude, man.
Yo, you got some crazy ass stories.
You have your own news show.
Real life.
My man was like, this dude broke his neck. He tied his head up with his hair. He couldn't find no fucking ride, so he jumped in the pouch of a kangaroo.
Yeah, that's a real story, though. It's a real story.
Hey, I thought he was gonna end the story with he had to hurry up home because he had to play Destiny.
Oh man. So anyway, so let's go and do our sign outs, man. I definitely
Can I go first, please, when you do the sign outs?
Yeah, man, because what'd you say?
Can I go first?
I wish I could go first because my ass gotta be working 2 a.m.
That's your fault.
It's almost 11. Jeez.
That's your fault.
It's your show, Kmega. I mean, come on.
Look, man, the people wanted to look. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully this shows dedication. Hopefully everybody gets subbed, get a lot of love, and y'all share this podcast, because I'm going to be a sleepy mother. Shut your mouth.
Yeah, see, and then tomorrow he gonna call us a bunch of motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, honey gonna get cussed out like nobody's business. Anyway, let's do our shout outs. We're gonna go to our special guest, then I'll go to you, Delilah.
All right, that's great.
All right, so we're gonna go over to E-Rock. Thank you, man. Had to bring you back, man. You was one of the first people that came on to the GRG podcast. We really appreciate you then. We appreciate you now, man. Where can they find you at?
Hey man, you can find me on my channel, the E-Rock X channel here on YouTube, and you can find me on Twitter. It's E-Rock X at Twitter, and thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you, man. All right, man, go sub my boy, man. Let's get him to get to that 1,000, man. We got to do this, man. We got to do this. And then also we moving into Bloody Knuckles, man. You know what I'm saying? The host of the podcast. What the hell is it called? Smash Podcast.
Smash Podcast.
How you don't know?
Man, I was taking a little bit of the hooch, man. A little bit of the hooch before I had to go to bed, man. So anyway, man, where everybody can find you at, there's a lot of people saying, who is this kid, man? Who is this dude? And I was like, man, Knuckles, man. He's talented, man. He knows his stuff. He gets long-winded sometimes, but he's all right. So what's up? Where can they find you at, brother?
Well, you can find us at the Smash Podcast. We do our show every Saturday. We early, so it's 1:30 Central Time, but sometimes we do little specials here and there. But we always got a few people. We had a Triple Cup actually was on our show last week, so definitely check it out. And I know Mega, you and Bone were there for our New Year's special, so definitely check us out. Smash Podcast.
Right on.
Cool,
Good stuff, man. Go sub to the young man, and his people. He got a great cast as well, man. They're all really informative, just as much as he is. So yeah, check them out. And also, then we're gonna move on to our matriarch that's been begging to get off.
it's we going on 3 hours, boss.
Like I know I wasn't trying to do that.
I
wasn't trying to do that. 2.5 hours. It's too long, man.
Yeah, man. Way too long.
Anyway, but where can they find you at? And we're gonna make a video. We're gonna make a video.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys can know you can find me on Twitter. Delilah _HD, and on Xbox, Delilah HD, like Delilah space HD. Yeah, so check me out and get on these games. You can have some fun and stuff like that. Yep. See you guys next week. I gotta go.
She's out. All right.
Grown Women Gaming is doing Grown Women Gaming. Our show is tomorrow at 6:30 Eastern. And we having our gaming night tonight, and I'm late about 15 minutes. So
you live, and then I'm saying,
because I'm over here getting cussed out.
Infamous ain't gonna pull the blade on a girl. She'll pull the blade on me.
Infamous is my boss, and she's been getting. She's like,
I'm getting cussed out on the side.
To get there,
That's
the problem right there. Infamous said be the boss of anything. She over there got them purple extensions and a motherfucking gold tooth.
Come on, you know your hair
and a cigarette butt hanging out of her mouth, and I'm playing.
Her hair is not, just to be clear, he is joking. Her hair is nothing like that.
She got hair rollers on one side, man. With the rolled up. Yeah. Got an old fashioned pick with the black fist.
Look, she is not here to defend herself, so you know what I'm saying. Don't even go there.
Okay.
She'll get y'all herself. I ain't even gotta say nothing. She'll get y'all.
She said, "Oh hell no." All right, then. Let's go on to LiveWire. See, live. I didn't do it tonight. You didn't get the mighty sound, man. Everybody's been asking for it, but you know what? I let you slide today. Where can they find you at? Where can they find you at, man?
Find me on my channel, man. LiveWirezGamer. Same channel, different Twitter. You know, I had to switch it. Same channel, but different Twitter. I had to switch it up because I was getting blocked because Cass is out here butthurt. Just because I'm not down with fucking sucking toes and all that weirdo shit. I got mad butthurt. Yeah, they mad butthurt. You know what I mean? But you know, you can't please everybody. It is what it is. But yeah, check out my channel, and I promise I won't put up content like that, so you don't have to worry about for people's sensitive ears to hear about how much they're gonna suck a man's toes until his mama say stop or some shit like that.
Oh man.
Oh man.
All right, then we gonna move on to Triple Cup Chuck. What's up? Are you up, bro?
Man, I'm all the way up, man. The only thing I'm out of alcohol. I need to go re-up. So that's why I'm gonna go get up and do that. But, me personally, though, you know what I'm saying? You can find me on Twitter at Triple Cup Chuck, Xbox at Triple Cup Chuck, and on Wednesday, you know what I'm saying? I got the Heroic Vibration podcast. We talk about Marvel, DC, comic books, anime, man. We be going in. You know what I'm saying? We had Smash one the week before, and we finna go back in, man. And Dragon too, man. They know their stuff about these comic books. Y'all need to check that out. You know what I'm saying? It's out, man. This is the Revenge of the Nerds stuff right here. Oh, even though the Saints ain't going to the Super Bowl, I ain't taking another loss. I'm letting it be known from here on out. So when we going all the way up.
There we go.
Cool. All right, and then last but not least, the man, you know what I'm saying, the president of Intro Media Gaming, you know what I'm saying, and that's supposed to be Cook Meister, whatever. What was that chicken that you bought from that store, man? That wasn't you cooking.
I don't buy no damn chicken. I cook that shit myself. But you already know this is Mr. Intro Media yourself, Big Weezy in the house. You know what I'm saying, Mr. I don't give 2 F's. All type of shit, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can check me out everywhere because y'all can find me everywhere. It's late. I want to play some video games, and I've been sitting here, and I got cooked on Star Wars.
Wow.
You want to hear me? See how the vice presidency? E-Rock, you want to be vice president? You know about I might be looking for a new vice president because I might impeach his ass. You know what I'm saying? He always going. I ain't did nothing to nobody. I'm always being cool. You know what I'm saying? Stand out. You know what I'm saying? I be in these gaming streets shooting up everybody. You know what I'm saying? Leave me alone. Leave me alone because we just chilling and we having fun. We finna go. We gonna have they gonna have their game night. Go check out Lady Infamous and them. They gonna have their game night. What we playing tomorrow?
I don't know, man. I got a poll. People say they want to play shooters. People say they want to play shooters.
But his ass, if he don't, like I had to do, if he don't, we gonna play shooters. We gonna play Titanfall. I don't play Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the dude from I don't play that shit. But you want to play shooter? We can have a shooter night. My man, what you call it? He made a show up. We gonna have an Xbox after party. I don't know what night we gonna do it. I don't know if it's Saturday late night, but y'all gonna hear what we say on Xbox Live. We gonna have it live on Mixer. Yeah. And y'all can hear the craziest shit.
Yeah, also I would say also
instantly.
I would say also shout out to Tick Podcast. Check them out after y'all done watching us.
The Tick Podcast is on. Oh yeah, shout out to Tick Podcast.
They usually do that shit. Yeah, they get on. They start.
Yeah. So shout out to them. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So like I said, we gonna make a show Xbox Live. I'm saying after party, after hours. Y'all can hear the stuff that we say, because a lot of the stuff that we say, we wish it was recorded, but it wasn't. And y'all see how crazy we really get.
Will I be allowed to talk? Are you gonna muzzle?
No, probably. I don't know, because you'll be asleep and you'll be eating. People we lose viewers because you'll be eating chips.
Then you'll hear the beef between Mega and LiveWire. You'll hear the beef between me and Mega and everybody else, and I'll be telling them to go shut the hell up. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to get at me because they want to get at the boss because, you know what I'm saying, I pay the cost.
Is that what
so let's go.
They want to get at me. Man, you talk too damn long. Hit
that dislike button.
Yeah, you
hit the dislike button. And go on my channel and hit the dislike button too.
Anyway, so thank you guys so much. Yeah, man, it's Friday night. You know what it is. If you ain't gaming and needs to either pants off, dance off, or if you're like my ass tonight, you better take your ass to bed and only sleep for 6 hours. And then be angry as hell because you got to get up and you got to go to work. But you know what? It is what it is. And thank you guys for rocking out with us. And we will see you next week. We have a great show coming up next week with some cool special guests. So look out for that. Thank you. God bless everybody. Till next week. Peace.